beautiful, beautiful singing.
I mean, especially when you go.
I'm like a ghoul from Fallout. Remember we used to go in those metro tunnels in Fallout 3 and you used to be attacked by ghouls? It's like under Tenpenny Tower or whatever.
You'd be attacked by those. You'd also be attacked by mutants. You would know because they would talk. I'm going to kill you.
It sounded exactly like that. And you could do that quest in the metros. It was like some dude was like a vampire or something like that. I can't remember. It was something goofy. Anyways, we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the KOA. This is where we cover everything from anime and industry news to movies and some gaming, and sometimes we talk about.
Porn.
Well, I was just going to say we talk about a debate about food, but anyways, introduce yourselves.
Hello, everybody. It is me. Everything animated. Last week I was so sick, I was dying, and now I'm back to full health. I'm ready to rock it and roll it, and I got a new haircut. Got the new spiffy haircut, and yeah, I'm ready to go. Let's do this. Let's go. Come on, break it down.
Looking svelte, whatever that means. I've heard
Oh, thank you. I feel svelte.
Trayvon says, "Hey, what's up, Trayvon? How you doing?
Hello there.
What about you, Satsuki? What have you been up to? What have you been doing?"
Well, today I started packing the things up for the move. I am moving by the end of this month. So I'm getting everything together. I got pretty much half my stuff, at least my room done, because I have to do the bathroom and this stuff. Right now I have my setup, of course, my PC and everything still up here, but gotta get rid of the books on the bookshelf. Most of everything in the closet is done, so I just had to get all the manga stuff that I have on the shelves. And yeah, that's really it. Just moving.
Yeah. When do you think you'll be like actually get moved into Space Alabama?
Saturday.
Nice. How long do you expect to survive in Space Alabama?
Oh, hopefully for 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
That's like that's the most I can hope for.
So you're gonna go for the speed run. Any percent. Decrepit Storm says, "Hey, what's up, Decrepit Storm?"
Hey, Decrepit.
Well, on the show this week, we're going to be obviously first diving into the news because there is a lot to talk about this week. A lot of it, as per usual, sort of grim, but we're probably going to do our best to lend you into a false sense of security and then hit you with clickbait for fun. So that should be awesome. We're also going to be talking about the next 2 episodes of FMA Brotherhood, 51 and 52. This is the second week in a row we've only done 2 episodes. Why is that?
That's the way it's been planned out.
Yeah, I think the way with the last couple of episodes are, I feel like if we did 3, especially with these batch of episodes specifically, it would have been a really bad cutout point.
Okay. We're also going to be talking about the newest episode of Rurouni Kenshin, Season 2, Episode 19, or Episode 43. I'm surprised I remember that every single week, like what the episode overall is.
Super fan over here, fucking nerd.
Honestly, I'm not even that big of a fan of Kenshin. I just have a lot of nostalgia for it in my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
That opening, man. That opening from the original anime was so good. And we'll be talking about Sakamoto Days Episode 7. But, I have a request. Leave a like. Share this podcast out with your friends. We have a Patreon. Patreon.com/King of Anime. And we have a Blue Sky. So come make some biscuits with us. Or die. And also suggested as well. One of these things are suggested. Subscribe to us, bitch.
Please do subscribe to us. We are at 575 subscribers. We are, 25 away from 600, which is, once we get to 600, we'll be.
Millionaires.
No, I was about to say I don't know what that is in percentages. Like maybe 65% to 1,000. I think that's how that works.
Yeah, something like that.
60%, 60%.
About 60%, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. Out of 1,000. So please, if you're new, we do this every week.
Yeah.
And we'll be getting future supercuts here not that long from now because we're going to have so many things to talk about.
Can we do a supercut of 696.9?
What? You mean the 2 episodes we talked about?
The fans
Sure.
demand it.
Let's get a supercut of Isasoshi Shoujo or whatever the fuck it was called and put it together. It's like, how long is it? 30 minutes.
I think it's called Akane Sasu Shoujo, and it's like the girls in the Twilight or something like that. Is the English name? I don't know.
Yeah. It was Sasuke's pick a long time ago.
Yeah. Sasuke's favorite anime. Let's go ahead.
First mistake.
My first mistake was rewrite the D.
I think
And
mine
then it
was
just
Slime Daddy.
At least Slime Daddy had something that whole season. Jesus.
We fucked up big time, all of us.
We did. We should have done this, man.
Let's go ahead and get into the news.
We got something to never give you the blues.
Now let's get ready for the KOA.
It's miracle!
We got a miracle this week.
Oh,
when it comes to
Trayvon.
news.
Oh, we
Oh.
got a lot of...
What's the best year you guys had watching anime? I'd have to really go back and look.
Last
But
year
I
was
feel-
pretty great.
I would say last year was pretty good. I think 2022 was also good.
2022 was amazing.
Yeah.
23
Yeah.
was great.
Mhm.
Honestly, the
I feel
20s
like after
been
22, yeah, it's been steady, just good shit. After that, 2018, we nearly died.
Yeah, we don't talk about those years.
19 and 20. I don't know. I don't think we didn't hit our flow until 21. That's when we really started getting it.
I think 2006 was a pretty good year for what it was because you had Fate and Black Lagoons. That was a really good year. But I guess overall for us, yeah, I would say anything in the 20s for the most part have been great. The Roaring 20s.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. But I guess Trayvon, if you're talking about personally as far as years, yeah, I enjoyed the early 2000s. Early 2000s was great, and then the 2010s is when I got back into it. So the 2010s was really good.
Decrepit Storm says we need a supercut of Vivi.
Yeah, in that one episode where I'm just drunk off my ass talking about Vivi. Yeah.
I think one of us fell asleep on it at one point. I can't remember why.
I don't know. I have to go back and watch a bunch, re-edit a bunch of things just to see myself and hear myself.
You got to go back to rewrite the D.
No.
Well, our
Never.
first depressing news story of many. NetEase NetEase, the Chinese company behind Marvel Rivals, should say, lays off their entire North American team. It's not exactly laying off. Their contracts sort of expired, but the team was basically I think it was either 6 or 8 people was in the team. I don't know. Maybe I should click on the article and it's making me sign into LinkedIn. Never mind. But
In other news,
but there was basically news that came out that said, yeah, these weren't they weren't fired per se. They just ran to the end of their contract and they were laid off, which sucks because these are people losing their jobs, and it also doesn't make sense because this is the people behind Marvel Rivals. And apparently there was a follow-up report. Cecilia D. Anastasio, I hope that I pronounced that right, made a report on Bloomberg that said the CEO for NetEase is slashing games, hundreds of jobs, investments. There was even talk of not releasing Marvel Rivals. The CEO wants games that generate hundreds of millions, have original IP. That's kind of insane. So basically, to put that into perspective, what they want is a live service game.
More money.
That's not connected to Marvel at all. That's their own license, which makes sense. Like, you don't want to, like, if you guys remember back in the day, remember Telltale Games, people who made like The Walking Dead and Game of Thrones game and all that. Wolf Among Us, great game by the way.
Oh, love Wolf Among Us.
Yeah, and I think they did like the Batman as well at one point.
I saw Satsuki's stream of the Batman.
Yeah.
I made the best choices.
Yeah, you did. One that had 0% was the best fucking choice. That was the best.
So
Sorry.
basically, some of this makes sense. Some of this, like, yeah, you want to have your own original IP to make the most amount of money, blah, blah, blah. But I think this is just another example of the CEO being just very out of touch. Because, I don't know. It just feels wrong when you hear this stuff coming out. And you know how CEOs are. They say things in just the correct ways.
Money. Arr.
They sugarcoat everything to make every bad thing seem like a good thing or planned out. So I don't know. I feel like this is sort of a bad omen. Admittedly, not as bad as it was originally reported to be, because when they originally reported it, there was no details on it. They just, hey, they were fired. But no, they ran to the end of their contract and all that. But this is a big bummer still. I think this kind of dampers a little bit of the momentum the game had. Not by a
for
lot,
sure.
but
No.
very
But-
frustrating.
Yeah. I mean, hey. Look on the bright side. At least the CEOs got themselves a nice bonus by the end of the year.
Yeah. He's going to be even more rich and loaded. God, I hope he has such a good day.
I know. I mean, the man can't even afford 5 yachts. He needs 6.
Yeah, he needs 6. Speaking of people that need more yachts, Blizzard came out and said that loot boxes are back in Overwatch 2 because Overwatch 2 wasn't rewarding enough. In conjunction with this statement, somehow, the Steam reviews for Overwatch 2 have rebounded from mostly negative with Season 15. What? How? Is it just people like have nostalgia for loot boxes and think like they're really good? Because admittedly, I think loot boxes are fun to a degree. Like if they're not like you don't pay for them, like if they're just like a little part of like in like a game mechanic, like it's whatever. But I think there's kind of rose tinted glasses for these loot boxes in Overwatch because this doesn't. I don't know how loot boxes are seen as rewarding.
Yeah, I never really cared for them. I tried a long time ago, and yeah, I think maybe one of my first ones was in fact Overwatch when it came out in 2016.
Yeah.
And that was back when Overwatch was really good, but they made the mistake of getting rid of the original game and just replacing it with 2. And yeah, Marvel Rivals pretty much took over it. And yeah, I don't know. I guess all people need to remove their mostly negative reviews is to get a free skin
I guess so.
for who's the giant gorilla? What's his name? Hermes?
Wiley Pete.
Which, yeah, okay, Wiley Pete. It's like, oh yeah, new Hermes, Wiley Pete skin. Are there?
I'm Wildly Pete. You may be
Yeah.
asking, how did I fit in this loot box? I want to ask you the same question.
What is the giant gorilla? Now I gotta find out.
Winston? Is his name Winston?
Oh, Winston.
Winston
That's
Churchill?
his fucking name. Winston.
Trayvon in the chat says, I haven't watched that much last year, but this year I'm trying to catch up. And Decrepit Storm says, not sure, but I think it might be 2022 for me. And 22 is a good one. 22 is a really good one. More disappointment. From Software didn't want Sony to publish Dark Souls as it was disappointed by how Demon Souls was treated. This goes back to the original Demon Souls, not the remake. Isn't this... Basically, they wanted to publish it with Sony, but they instead went with Bandai Namco because it seemed like Sony didn't really understand Demon Souls at the time. Which, to be fair, Demon Souls... Have any of you played Demon Souls?
I'm not a fan of those type of games
Dang.
that want me to rip my hair out.
Dang. Well, Demon Souls is like kind of like... You could see it as like the first Souls game. At least of the modern era. It came out on the PS3. It was like relatively a launch title, I want to say. And basically just that's the Sony did not like, or From Software did not like how Sony treated Demon Souls as an IP. And I can definitely understand that because I even think back in the day, Demon Souls, a lot of people don't even know Demon Souls existed because they did so bad at like publishing it. I only learned about Demon Souls' existence like after I played Dark Souls 1 for the first time and like beat it. I was like, oh wait, there's another one? And it's a PS3 exclusive? How in the world? So, I mean, it's just another kind of piece in the puzzle of how much From Software don't seem to like Sony. And I think that's the funniest thing ever, considering they went back and did an exclusive game for Sony with Bloodborne. It's very interesting. But, since you guys are not into Souls games, are you giving us the
Yeah, it's
blues?
not for me.
Yes.
More blues.
More blues. More
Did you
depression.
find a clue? Where? Over there? I'm gonna draw it.
According to Shuhei Yoshida, who's very high up in Sony, good guy. He says Japan studio closed because the AA market has disappeared. So if you're not familiar
The AA market.
with AA, that's like kind of like more budget titles. That's kind of like your Jack and Daxter
Okay.
or your
Crash.
yeah,
No?
sort of Crash. Yeah, I would say Crash. That's a big
Okay.
one, but I would say so. Or like maybe like Perfect Dark. Just like very cheap games that are cheaply made.
Okay.
For example, Avowed, the new Xbox game Avowed. That's kind of like a AA game. Very low budget, not a lot of people working on it. And Japan Studio was like the studio that made all of like the AA budget games, and Sony shut them down. To me, I think that's dumb. I understand like that the AA market has disappeared in gaming and there's less variety. But I also feel like it is up to the people that are acting within the market to sort of almost correct that and to make sure AA doesn't disappear, because I think when you remove the AA from the market, you're kind of like, I don't know, you're just kind of like hamstringing yourself because there's no variety. It's, everything has to be either all or nothing. And when you have no in between, I mean, you don't really have that much of a healthy market, in my opinion, because everything is just extremes. And that's what we're seeing now.
We can't have just nothing but 5-star restaurants.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you want that shitty burger at McDonald's.
Yeah.
You know it's gonna be shitty, but hey, you go for it.
Hey, and you maybe you don't like it just because it's shitty though. Maybe you like it because maybe you can't afford the high price stuff. Or
True.
It kind of, this is a spoiler, so I'll kind of talk around it. But it kind of reminds me of a conversation that happens in Chainsaw Man, of
Mm.
the bad movie conversation. That's what I'll just say.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, it is. It is sort of similar to that, isn't it? I don't want to say much either, but that's coming up in the Rize movie. So EA will be able to see it this year if he watches it.
Oh, I'll watch it. I mean, we didn't kill Chainsaw Man. We gotta.
We're killing
It's
it.
a continuation, right?
We're killing it. Worst series ever. We're killing it.
Oh, okay. Shit. I wasn't even the one to kill it.
Well, he
Let
said
it be known.
But no, I mean it just means less variety for everyone. Less variety for the market itself, less variety for the customer, less experimentation as well. Because these AA games have a lot of experimentation. A great example of a AA game that's like crazy is a Gravity Rush 2. And I don't know if you guys have seen Gravity Rush 2, look it up. It's insane.
Okay.
And it's a great game. And they shut it down. They shut that studio down that made it. And now it's like if that game released today, it would sell like 15 million units in a year. It would be like a Baldur's Gate 3 hit. Like one of those, or like an Elden Ring. So
Mr. David Butthurt is in the chat.
David. David says Nier Automata is technically AA. Persona and SMT Shin Megami Tensei are also AA. Easter games thrive in AA. I prefer Gravity Rush 1. Trayvon says fried bologna, and a cup of noodles taste good every now and then.
Fried bologna and cup of noodles?
I've never had that before.
I don't think I've had that combination either.
I remember as a kid eating hot dogs and noodles. I guess that's kind of like the same thing. It's disgusting.
Like mac and cheese and cut up hot dogs. I remember that.
Yeah. I used to eat that as a kid, and now if I did that as an adult, I think I'd vomit.
Oh, he said separate. Okay. Good to know. But yes, you are right. I remember, just sometimes I want me some pig intestines. I want me some deep fried pig intestines.
Oh my god. No, I don't think I could eat I remember not a couple of years ago, I saw a can of ravioli and my immediate instinct went to, oh, that's easy. I picked it up and I went, no, I'm not going to eat this. I can eat something way better than this. So I didn't eat the ravioli.
Ooh. What about the beefaroni? Where it's basically just like the noodles and stuff.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good.
I mean, here's the thing. Is I like the type of food what it is. I just don't like the
calories.
I don't like the carbs. I don't like all that.
Fair enough.
And I don't like microwave stuff as I get older. I like things cooked more. Have you guys gotten that way or?
I mean, I feel like I've been that way. I usually don't microwave anything. Like even pizza and stuff, I put that in the oven now.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like oven, like a toaster oven, even like if you want the crispiness, even the air fryer. Like I feel like microwave. Like if you just have like an air fryer and a conventional oven, like you never go the way of microwave again.
Dude, air fryer. Holy crap! If anyone here does not own an air fryer, you are missing out.
Trust me, I know. I got one for Christmas last year, and I said to myself, "Where have you been my whole life?" When I use it every fucking day. I swear to God.
I remember I was so impressed with the chicken I cooked in it, and I was like, I wonder if you could cook like burgers in this. I don't recommend it. It's a little messy.
Just about anything in it.
But it, dude, those are some of the best burgers I had in my life. No kidding. Super good.
Mm-hmm.
Man, dude, air fryer is great. Vash says air fryers are a game changer. I totally
Hey,
agree.
Vash.
What's good, Vash?
Yeah. That's the one thing I don't like about the air fryer is the cleaning up like of greasy foods.
Yeah. Yeah, the cleaning up is the sucky part, but the convenience and the quickness of it is what makes it great.
Yeah, and
Like, I'll never microwave bagel bites or any like little pizza bites ever again. Air fryer or
yeah.
no,
Oh my
nothing.
god, yes, dude. Yes. Oh my god, that was like the cheat code back in the day. It was like putting like a pizza pocket in the oven instead of the microwave.
Yeah, yeah. Not air pockets. Hot pockets. Those used to be good. I feel like I've grown out of those. I had one the other day, and I was like, first of all, where's the fucking sleeve that comes with it? It doesn't even have that anymore. It's naked.
It's
And,
a
yeah.
slutty. It's slutty.
It's a slutty. Okay.
It's a slutty. Vash says, yeah, that'll never stop being a hassle, especially to dividers. C Tactics knows ball, or better yet, reheating pizza on a pan. I've never done that.
Dude, reheating pizza in an air fryer is fucking top. I'll tell you that right now. Like I said, never microwave. I just put it in the air fryer for a couple minutes. Nice, crispy, delicious.
You know
Perfect.
what? You know what? I may have to try that. I've never done that before. I haven't
Do
used
it.
an air fryer in a minute, so.
Yeah. If you got leftover pizza, put it in the air fryer, a couple minutes, 400 degrees, nice and crispy.
Awesome.
You'll be in love. You'll be in love. Also, David said air fryers are not as god as plungers.
Become as God. Become as God. I don't know what this plunger talk is about, but it's officially banned. I'm banning plungers. No plungers. Satsuki, can you explain this plunger thing? Do you know anything about this?
Why would I know anything about that?
No one will explain it to me. They just say, what do you mean? It's the plunger.
Oh, you said plunger. Oh, what? You don't get it?
No, I don't get it.
Like a plunger. You know a plunger,
No,
right?
I get that. I get it's a plunger. I don't get why we're saying it.
Well, if you don't,
Fuck was that?
if you don't get it now, I don't know how to tell you this, see, but I don't think you'll ever get it.
That's what they said before.
If you don't know by now, then you'll never ever know.
Anyways, continuing on with the news that I didn't realize none of you had no interest in. The Sky Oblivion fan remake of Oblivion and Skyrim's engine, which is more or less a mod, is nearing completion. Do you guys know about this? Are you guys who care about Elder Scrolls? What about you even saying?
Which one? You said Sky Oblivion, the fan remake of Oblivion and Skyrim's engine nears completion. I'm not too familiar. I'm not too privy to it, unfortunately.
Whoa. So do you like Oblivion?
I tried. Okay, true story. I tried to play Skyrim over 3 or 4 times. Always takes me to that damn dragon. Dragon saves me. I survive.
Yeah.
And I'm a dragonborn or whatever.
Right.
I can never get into it. I don't know what it is. I love Fallout, but for some reason, Skyrim just never did it for me.
Maybe Oblivion will be a little different because Skyrim is very vanilla. It's very kind of like bland. It's very campy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very campy game. You kind of play the game because it's very funny. Because like everyone's very like janky and stuff. It's definitely the weakest Elder Scrolls of the modern era. Oblivion, however, is a good middle ground between Skyrim, which is like really casual, and Morrowind, which is more of kind of the roots of Elder Scrolls is a little bit way more difficult, more dated as well in terms of its game mechanics. Like, for example, every time you like attack an enemy, you have to like roll a dice in the game, and if you don't roll a high enough number, then you just don't do any damage.
Like D&D.
Yeah, like D&D. So you could, one of the first enemies you fight is like, I think like a rat or something. And it's one of the hardest enemies in the game because when you fight them, you have level 1 combat. So you're just hitting it and it's doing no damage. None. Zero. Zilch.
You're like, you stupid rat.
But Oblivion is great because Oblivion is like, you can just become a total fucking god in Oblivion. It's so awesome. There's also an official remake coming out, but this Sky Oblivion has been being, I don't know, it's been in the making for 10 years, something like that. So like if you have it on PC and you can download the mod when it comes out, I would definitely recommend it. It's very good. It's like Oblivion is very good. The story is very good in Oblivion. I would say just damn near about everything in Oblivion is superior to Skyrim in some way. Obviously, except for the combat and stuff. I think that's a little bit better. But you get all the improvements from Skyrim and Sky Oblivion.
Nice.
Or you could wait, because Bethesda are developing an actual remake for Oblivion. Just hasn't been announced yet, so. Next up, new Xbox game Avowed took 6 years and 2 reboots.
Damn.
The first version of Avowed was going to be a cross between Skyrim and Destiny. And halfway
With
through...
loot boxes.
Yeah, it was going to be like an online multiplayer game. And they realized halfway through development that this was not what... This wasn't them. Like, this wasn't their identity. So they rebooted it, and this is the Avowed we now currently have. Which is... You know, a lot of people... I don't know... are talking shit about Avowed. I'll talk about it later, but I think the game is fucking awesome. Which, speaking of, next up, if you're like not a fan of Avowed, because Avowed is set in the Pillars of Eternity universe, Joss Sawyer says there are a lot of people at Obsidian who want to make a Pillars of Eternity tactics game after Avowed, but the fan base is not humongous.
Your distant cousin.
Yeah.
Pillars of Eternity Tactics.
Pillars of Eternity Tactics. He's a really good dude. He really knows his shit. But yeah, you know, I would be really down for something Pillars of Eternity. I think after the success of Baldur's Gate 3, I think they should definitely go back and make Pillars of Eternity 3.
Why not?
It'd be
popular
awesome.
now.
Yeah. And Pillars of Eternity is great, by the way. One of their best games. Another Obsidian thing. Obsidian says the CEO says the developer has grown significantly under Xbox Game Studios. I thought that was interesting just because Obsidian is like historically this really small studio. I think something like 80 people made Avowed. Like, very low budget game.
Wow. Only 80 people.
And I think like 40 or 50 people made Fallout New Vegas in like under a year. Something crazy like that.
That's insane.
I think now they said they're up to like 400 people after
being
being
as big as games are getting, you kind of have to now.
Yeah, and you know what? It's crazy because Obsidian has released Avowed this year already, and they're about to release The Outer Worlds 2 later this year. 2 games in 1 year. When's the last time that's like happened with a developer?
Not since, I feel like, not the generation, but the one before, like maybe the PS3 and the 360. Like maybe around that time. I feel like games just take so long anymore that it's unheard of.
This is why we need more AAA games. Because look at Obsidian. Look what they can do. They put out Avowed, and they're about to put out another one.
It also helps when you don't fire and lay off a bunch of people.
True. But speaking of Avowed, I actually played Avowed. I have about 20 hours into it, and I gotta say, people are like talking mad shit about this game. Rightfully so in some respects because it's like a first-party Xbox game, but I think this game's fucking awesome. This game is like a throwback to linear hub world games of last generation.
Okay.
So it's like there's different hubs you go to. And so like the first hub is all about, getting yourself introduced to the story and stuff. And generally speaking, the game is more about collecting like rare materials and upgrading your items. So like the first hub world is like your common tier. That's just where you find the weapons and you start kind of upgrading them a little bit. I think you can upgrade them 3 times before they evolve into a higher grade. And there's like white, blue, green, purple, orange, I want to say. Your basic stuff. And so once you go to, you finish up a hub, you go to the next one and you're able to upgrade it. Upgrade your materials to something even better and you get even more better stuff. So the game is actually really good at pacing you really well. And it makes you feel very powerful. I think one of the best things about the game is the combat. It is probably the best thing about the game is the combat. Like, it's so good. So visceral. But I would say one of the downsides is the story. The story's writing is just not as good, which is kind of interesting because if it's an Obsidian game, they've never written a bad game. Like, their games are, that's what they're great about. That's what's great about them is their writing. So, do you guys plan to check out Avowed?
I think at some point I would. I would definitely give it a look-see just to see how good it is, because I have heard some things about it.
Call, gosh darn it.
But yeah, C has written here, and I'll be sure to get him canceled. C Tactics has played Avowed because I'm not a loser like your mom.
No. Well, damn.
He said it. He just dropped the mic.
Yeah. It sounds like a C thing.
I guess I could just speed run these ones since he's on a call. Let's see. Microsoft's generative AI model Muse isn't creating games, and it's certainly not going to solve game prevention, says expert. Not too familiar with that, unfortunately. I just know anything to do with AI sucks.
Okay, so this is crazy. This news story is crazy. Basically, what came out of this is Phil Spencer came out and did like a showcase of this thing called WHAM. I forget what WHAM stands for. It's WHAM. And basically, they're able to use generative AI for game development. So like in real time, they can like throw in like a PNG of an enemy, and what you're seeing on the screen, like AI will artificially generate an enemy in real time in the game from the PNG.
Weird.
Really cool stuff. It's used as a tool. That's explicitly what they said. Except the fact that Phil Spencer said this is a great way to preserve games and bring about backwards compatibility.
Yeah?
It's not! It has nothing to do with that!
Phil certainly knows his stuff, doesn't he?
No, and it's just one of those things. You know why he's saying it. He's trying to get people to argue.
Here comes the money.
He's trying to muddy the waters with talking points because he knows he has like some sort of sway out there with certain people. That, he wants people to like change their minds on what games preservation is. He wants because AI's the hot thing. It's where everything's going, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's basically like, hey, we'll just use AI to make the game run on any platform ever. And it's a novel idea, but it's not in the way he's saying. That's not how any of this works, sir.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for game preservation altogether. Like, that's a huge topic in general when it comes to, like, there's, like, old-ass games out there for the PlayStation and the GameCube that will never see the light of day because they're trapped behind these discs and these game console, or sorry, the CDs that cost, when they resell them on eBay for, like, hundreds upon hundreds of dollars. But when you can, like, do something such as, what's it called? When you do it on a PC, what's it called?
Emulate?
Thank you. When you can emulate it, it's just, that's the big thing. It's like it's for free, but at the same time you're preserving the game. But I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It feels like he's totally going back on emulation. It feels like he's doing the CEO thing of like, oh, AI will solve every single problem we ever will have.
It'll destroy us all.
And we'll be able to fire everyone.
Yep. They will replace screenwriters and script writers and game developers because everything will be handled by AI. But hey, at least they'll be richer.
Well, we'll see how that works out for him. Speaking of greedy rich assholes, Activision teasing a new Tony Hawk game with a countdown timer.
Hey, I like that though. I love Tony Hawk.
Here's the crazy part. In a Call of Duty game. In a Call of Duty
Oh.
map.
I take back everything I said.
So March 4th is when there's going to be a big announcement.
Nuke it. Just destroy it.
I think Tony Hawk did an interview. He said like he's going to be a part of something. So this is happening.
He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna be in Call of Duty."
I love Call of Duty. I eat it every morning.
I'd fuck me.
I married my skateboard. Her name's Rhonda.
And she's a total grinder.
Are you excited for 3 and 4? Because that's definitely what they're gonna do.
Oh, you mean the remakes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I played 1 and 2 whenever they remastered them, and I was just like, nostalgia, especially the first one. Loved it. But yeah, I'll probably play 3 and 4. More than likely.
Was the 4th one? Does the 4th one have the helicopter map?
Oh, I think that was the 3rd one.
Okay.
Because I remember it being highly regarded. I feel like 4. No, it was 5, where it took a huge dip in quality.
5 was horrible. I remember
5 was ass.
I remember 4 being like, I remember everyone when 4 came out, they were like, "Oh, this is great," but like another one. I kind of remember that a little bit. But I remember renting the 3rd one and playing that helicopter map over and over and over. I don't remember any of the music though. I think the first one had Bomb
Goldfinger.
Track. Goldfinger, yeah, that was a good one. Oh man.
Yeah.
So good, so good. And remember, they only had like the 1.5-minute version.
Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't.
You play the demo and it would just barely play. You're like, no. It was like literally like an arcade, except it was free, and you tortured yourself every time.
Yeah. Oh, I loved it. Yeah, I haven't picked up 1 and 2 yet, but eventually I'll pick these up because I am so excited for them. But Satsuki, did you know that there is evidence for a Persona 4 remake thanks to singer Shihoko Hirata? Are you excited for a P4 remake?
You want me to be honest or you want me to lie?
I want you to be honest.
Honest.
Okay. Am I excited? No. I mean, I feel like P4. uh, It would be nice just for other people who haven't played it to get into that game, because maybe with like the PlayStation, I think it was 3. It may have been 2.
PlayStation 2 is
Uh,
when it came out, or what it came out
yeah.
on.
Well, I'm talking about Golden. Was Golden 2 or 3?
Uh,
Because Golden is the
P4G.
latest remake.
Yeah, Persona 4 Golden. That was on PS Vita.
Okay.
And that just added. That was kind of like the Royal of Persona
Yeah.
4.
Yeah. So like, that might be a deterrent for someone not to play the game, because people are still going to play Persona 5 Royal. Like even now, people can play Persona 3 Reload now instead of the original game. But 4 is just in this space where it's like, is this game too old? And I feel like, a remake will rectify that. So people might be hesitant. Like even myself, I was hesitant playing Persona 4 Golden because of how old it was. Um, so it could benefit from a remake, but I myself wouldn't be. I'm not. I myself aren't excited for it because I literally played it just last year.
Oh wow.
What did you think about it? Did you like it?
I like that. I thought Persona 4 had um maybe not my favorite cast from like a character to character basis, but it had my favorite dynamic within the cast. I thought they fit well together. I thought the comedy between the characters was really great. The mystery was cool. The only complaint I had, which can get rectified in a remake, is the combat was fucking tenacious and just bothersome.
It is. Yeah, I had to play it on super easy because I just did not. It was tedious at some point.
I was dying in the first dungeon like I never died before. And I just had to check to make sure I was playing Persona. I'm like, I'm playing Persona, right? This is on normal, correct?
Yeah, it's brutal.
That's
It's
that's
brutal.
that's exactly what Midnight just said. He just came in. He said Sasuke just afraid to run through those dungeons. Smirk.
Afraid isn't a word, but hesitant, I guess so.
I think a playthrough on normal difficulty is at the very least like 80 hours, something like that.
Sheesh.
Like it's just insane. I mean, I played on super easy and I'm like 120 hours into it. And I haven't even beat it. So, and I've played through the game, not to completion, but I've played through P4 and its many various iterations many times. So I've clocked easily like probably 300, 400 hours in that game.
Bothersome sounds like sloth to me. Doesn't it make more sense to remake 1 and 2? I've never played 1 or 2, but
And I've never played any of them.
from the way people talk about 1 or 2, they're just like really, really different from the other games. But can't speak much about it.
Yeah, the first two are not a part of the Persona franchise because the Persona franchise didn't exist until the third one, I want to say. They're a part of the Shin Megami Tensei series.
I just know that there's a damn bear.
There
It's
is
always a bear in every
Yeah.
fucking thing.
I forget his name.
That was 4.
I think his name's
Teddy.
Wily Pete.
Back to Wily Pete.
That's my default name. My brain's shot. I'm excited for this.
Buckaroo.
I think I'm more leaning towards Satsuki's feelings. Like, games are going to come out. This one's a no-brainer to remake, especially after P3. Yeah, why not? Go for it.
Gambare.
I think it would be cool. Please don't replace the VAs again. I like the original VAs from the PS2
Hi.
version.
I'm the main character.
I mean, I don't know what the original were. People were telling me that Chie's voice was they recast her.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I love Chie's voice in Golden. It was great.
Dang. Betrayed.
Man, I like PS2 P4 cast the best. For the most part, it's the same in P4G, but little differences, like Chie being recast.
Let's bring back voice acting on the PS1, Resident Evil and Dino Crisis style. Oh, wow, it's a monster! Ah!
Jill sandwich.
Damn it!
Snake!
That's what, I agree. We need that really
Best
awful
one, because I played Dino Crisis over the weekend. Shocker. I bought it for $10 and played it and beat it in 6 hours.
How you liking it? Or how did you like it? I
I
mean, you
loved
beat it in
it.
6 hours, so
It's a short game, but I mean, I feel like a lot of games back then were short. But I forgot about the tank controls. Y'all remember tank controls?
yeah, the shoulder buttons to turn
Yep.
and the D-pad to move.
I think nobody knew how stuff in a 360 realm was supposed to work, so everything
360?
was in a 360 sort of realm. Like everything was just like turn it, now go forward, turn it, now go forward. Oh, I had to get used to that again, and I was like, I can't believe I played it like this. But then you have stuff like Mario 64, where everything's in a 360 type of realm where you could jump forward, back, left. It's like, man, Nintendo knew in '96, and this game came out 3 years after that. But I still loved it. I loved the bad voice acting. I laughed a few times, like whenever they find like a dead body the first time. And Regina, the main character with the red hair, she goes, "That's disgusting." It's so cheesy but great. I hope and pray Capcom does a remake of this game, like they did with Resident Evil 2. How they remade that. I hope it gives it that kind of justice where it does the same thing, because it deserves it. It's such a good game.
We need the fans, the people.
I totally forgot though, the last boss is a T-Rex chasing you through a ship. And I'm like, how is the T-Rex swimming? And how is it coming after you? It's so shitty. Maybe they fixed that, but other than that, it's just so...
In the new one, he walks on walls.
Oh, I bet. I bet. Like, he just... I mean, for real, that would be scary. A T-Rex walking on walls, I'd shit my pants.
The T-Rex turns into an anime girl.
Now, that's even more terrifying. Isn't there already an anime about a T-Rex girl?
No,
or a manga?
No, in the new remake, the T-Rex turns into Mita from Me Side. You guys haven't played Me Side yet.
No. 2 weeks in a row we talk about Me Side.
What's wrong with Me Side? Anyways, cool. Mita's cool. If you guys got GTA 5 on PC, on March 4th, there's a free upgrade coming. So there you go. I just wanted to mention that. More Espresso news. My Nintendo Gold points will be discontinued. Why? I don't know.
That's why I got that notification. Or that email or whatever.
Yeah. I used this a couple of times, but I'm going to be 100% honest when it came to the My Nintendo Gold points. I didn't really use them all that much to buy games, because when you buy a new game, it's like $60, and when you buy a brand new game, you know what you get? You get 300 gold. You know what that's the equivalent of? $3. Woo, you're saving a lot of money.
$3 rebate.
It's like GameStop. Just you don't get anything with the rewards. Like, I haven't used it at all, because I'm like, first and foremost, I just don't buy a lot of games on my Switch. So, but I saw like how much gold I had. I was like, I'm interested. Like, what can I buy with this? And I was like, oh, nothing. Okay.
You can't buy shit with it. And like after a certain period of time, it goes away because it expires.
Yeah. This is one of those. Nintendo clearly was like, we gotta kill this quick. How do we kill this? How do we make this totally unusable?
Disconnected.
Yeah, they didn't have to do this, in my opinion. Because, like, there's so many, like, reward programs that even other console companies do. Like Xbox has a pretty decent rewards program. I remember for years, like I didn't pay for Xbox Live Gold because all you gotta do is use Bing every day, and they'll give you basically free shit.
Yeah.
I've probably gotten something like $500 of stuff just from using Bing rewards over the years.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they could totally like do it better if they decide to revamp it, but I mean, if they're getting rid of it for the next generation, whatever it's going to be, I hope whatever it is, it's good. I don't.
Hopefully there's a replacement.
Yeah, hopefully there's a replacement. If they do something that's like Xbox Live, or not Xbox Live, Game Pass, but just have like more games on it, because I know that they are kind of doing that already, but let's get more variety. Let's get some GameCube games. Let's get some fucking Wii games. That'd be cool.
The Crypto Storm said, "What about KOA awards?"
Oh, that's been voided like a long time ago. Decrepit, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Damn, miss it.
we suck.
Oh, well.
Yeah. This is how we explain ourselves to new viewers. We suck.
And finally, for gaming, I didn't realize it was alarms going off. Kitties. This is deja vu flashback to that time Mr. Kitty destroyed everything. Ubisoft is confident that they're going to be releasing Assassin's Creed Shadow on March 20th, 2025, after there was rumors coming out that they were going to delay the game.
Oh, is that the one with all everybody complaining about it because they're like racist or something?
It's exactly the one.
I need to be a Southern man in this one. A white Southern man.
We need ourselves
Yasuke.
an Alabama man.
I love it whenever something goes quote unquote woke. Everybody suddenly becomes experts in that said series or whatever it is. It is so hilarious. Because I'm not into Assassin's Creed, but I saw how people were talking about it, and then people were like, "This is not historically accurate." Blah, 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 blah. And they were like, "Wait a minute,
it's a game."
They were like, "Wait a minute, weren't we doing this and that, and then we had like magical powers here, and we did that."
Yeah, you're in the fucking Animus. By default, it's not real.
And I always pointed this out to people. Remember in Assassin's Creed 2 when Leonardo da Vinci him fucking self was talking to Ezio, and he was like somebody that was creating inventions for him. I'm sure that's not historically accurate, and no one gave two fucking shits about that. But because Yasuke's in it, it's, he wouldn't do that. How would you know? Also, why the fuck would you care?
Also, the main
it's a
story
game
of Assassin's Creed, one of the main lore is there was an ancient godlike race that created humanity. And
Adam and Eve?
Adam and Eve, something like that, yeah.
The fucking fruits, the apples of Eden?
The fruits of labor, exactly. Fruits of loin, loin the fruits.
It was
row of fruits.
It was the apple of Eden or whatever the fuck it was called. But
anyway, turkey leg.
Like people, we know where your priorities are when it comes to certain things. That's all they want to complain. They want to be racist. That's what it comes down to. They don't give a shit when it's it's a race swap.
I loved watch the video. So talking about everybody's complaints about that. They were like, they don't know. People don't know whether to be sexist or racist.
Right, because both characters, one's black and the other one's a female, and it's like
an Asian female.
Yeah, and I love how nobody gave a shit when it was, that other game that came out from Sony,
who's Italian.
I know he's not speaking true Italian; he's speaking English with an Italian accent. That's offensive. Yeah, no one gives a shit unless it's a certain thing. Then people get all up in arms.
I'll have you know I'm offended on the behalf of others.
Oh, that's what it was. Ghost of Tsushima. They had females in there fighting, but nobody cared about that because it was just a great game. But
I gotta play that game.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is great. I highly recommend it. I'm not as far as Assassin's Creed Shadows. I think I want it to sell great just to piss people off. I want to see everybody go out and buy it in droves, even though it's Ubisoft and I hate Ubisoft. I just want people to buy it just to basically be like,
Yeah, this
even
game's
though it's probably
It
not going to be that
It
good.
probably will sell great.
It's an
I hope
Assassin's
so.
Creed game. Like they came out with the pre-order numbers, and they said it's about the same as Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is kind of like what people consider like the final, like really great AC game.
There you go. Yeah, it's been a long time since I played any Assassin's Creed.
Listen,
Long time.
Satsuki, do you like pirates?
Depends.
Gum
Depends.
gum.
It really depends because it depends on like how you're depicting the pirates.
Sea shanty, swashbuckling, drunk, smelly.
Like
Pirates
we're
of the
talking
Caribbean.
quintessential, true to the word pirates.
Like
Generally, more or less.
Pirates
yeah.
of the Caribbean.
Yeah, it's more like Pirates of the Caribbean. But you are a pirate. Like, they're not portrayed as good people, if that makes sense.
I feel like I kind of like pirates. I kind of like the concept of it,
Do you
but
like
not everything that comes with it.
Do you like pirate ships?
I know where this
I
is
wouldn't.
going.
I wouldn't get on a ship myself. No. I feel like I'm prone to be seasick, and the ocean scares me a lot.
Damn.
You may like Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. It has
That's
it
the
has
fourth one.
everything that scares you. So it'd be a really good horror game.
You want us to be terrified? Here, play this game, motherfucker.
Yeah, no, I was gonna recommend Black Flag because it's like that's a really good one.
Some reason I thought you were going to recommend the new Yakuza game.
Well,
No,
see,
Vash
that's
is talking about it in chat.
yeah. I want to play I want to play every Yakuza game. I just need to get through them. But no, I would say just start it if you're like interested in Assassin's Creed at all, and like if there's only one that you can play, I recommend 2. Well, I recommend Assassin's Creed 2.
I want to say which one, too, because 2 had like many different parts to it.
Just Assassin's Creed 2.
Okay.
Just base
That's a good one.
game Assassin's Creed 2. That's probably the best one.
I agree with that. That one's
and
pretty good.
And another one that I think is like probably top 3 that nobody says is the top 3 because they're wrong is Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Syndicate is
That's the one in England.
yeah, that one it had 2 main characters. Dude, it was fucking awesome. The game's great. So I definitely either one of those 2, whichever one suits your fancy.
Okay.
If you're ever interested. Not making you, but I'm making you. Pressure.
That wouldn't be the first time.
Satsuki,
Now
we're gonna get over to anime, yeah. Satsuki,
we're transitioning into anime.
Satsuki, why in the fuck is My Dress Up Darling ending?
Ooh, I know.
You want the real answer?
I want the real answer.
I want to hear what EA says first, though.
It's because, well, have you read it, Sasuke? Are you all caught up?
I already know the big thing.
You already know the big thing? Okay. If there's something going on behind the scenes, I honestly don't know. I just know that in the manga, they have reached a point where it is definitely concluding. I almost kind of feel like it's a little rushed, to be honest. But maybe that's by design and what's happening. Sasuke, you got the skinny?
Wait, what?
I thought you said you know why it's ending.
You got the slim fast?
No. I was saying I know well, okay. It's ending because it's very simple. When you have a romance series, My Dress Up Darling technically isn't a romance series, but it's romance in it, and that's one of the big aspects of it. And this is a telltale sign, and one of my biggest pet peeves with series of this ilk. When you get the two characters together, it's ending in the next volume or so. It
Yeah.
happens without fail. And I
Yeah.
hate it so much. And I've expressed how many times I've expressed this many times over the years about the romance series that I like and why I like them, and tropes that I hate in other romance series. And among one of them, this is not really a trope, but among one thing that I don't like in romance manga is not exploring relationships when characters get in relationships, because there's a lot more story to tell. In fact, that's the more interesting aspect of a relationship, in my opinion, because there's a lot of different things that you can show,
I agree.
like people not being compatible. You
The
can
first time
show-
someone farted in front of somebody.
I mean, like literally, you could
Yeah.
do little things like that. But I don't know. Romance is always treated in these anime and manga like a fairy tale. You just kiss the girl and you just fade off into the sunset, and you're just
Yeah.
expecting everything to be good the rest of the way. Like there's no
Yeah.
room for any hiccups or ups and or just downs in the relationship. Is just all right. We
Right.
reached the peak of it. Let's end it.
You're pretty much on the mark there, Satsuki. Every time, like, this is why a motherfucking Rent-A-Girlfriend doesn't want to end it, because the second they fall in love, the series is over, and it's just like you're so right, because I guess I never thought of it that way, but there's some series that would like to take that and kind of like, I would like to see it to where they're in a relationship for a while, like. There was that one anime that came out years ago. I think it was actually called that, like My Relationship or My Whatever, and it was the guy and the girl. Like he's like a big old sumo dude, and she's a tiny little fucking thing, and the whole anime was just their relationship. We need more stuff like that.
There was
But,
a great one. It's not. It's not exactly like it's good, but it's not
Could be
exactly
better.
great. It could be better. It's a little uneven. It's called I think it's called A Town Where You Live, and it follows this guy who moves to this town, and it follows his life through like 20 years or something like that, and he goes through like multiple relationships, and it's about just him kind of like growing up and growing up into an adult, pretty much. It's really interesting. I read it like a long time ago, and probably not great now, but because I read that 10 years ago, so
That's another thing I don't really like in romance series. It's always the first relationship is the one that's just successful and then
Yeah,
works out, and that's
yeah.
just not. You can call me jaded and just call it like, oh man, you just don't want to see you don't want to see successful relationships. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that you can do
not realistic.
more with that too. Like, you can do more within the genre. You can show love that fades out and doesn't work out for whatever circumstances there may be. You literally have the power to create any situation you want. Everything is always funneled to end up being the same thing structurally wise. Like, of course, the circumstances are different, but the structure of it is pretty much the same. Of high schoolers, they get together at one time, they fucking pussyfoot around, get in a relationship for all this
their
amount of
parents marry, they become sister and brother.
time. No, we're not talking about citrus. They get together, and you may get one volume of cute stuff, and then it's over.
You know what I want? I want like a manga or like an anime or just really anything, honestly, that all it's about is a relationship fucking dying. Cuz think about that.
Yeah, that would be like an interesting one.
And not like in the usual way, like, oh, he's crazy or she's crazy or whatever. I mean, like, just genuinely
Growing out of love.
Yeah, just growing out of love. That's it. Just the melancholy of that, and the bittersweetness
Sasuke's about
of
to
that.
leave something on. What do you have, Sasuke?
Uh-oh.
Series I've been talking about the entire time. Called
Green
How to Be
Tea
a
Bitch?
Relationship.
I mean,
No. No, but how the relationship is a series
Nice.
where something of that nature happens where two characters get together and they find out that they aren't compatible initially, and they eventually break up and get in different relationships, and um
Like
yeah,
many years later, get back. Wow, that's cool.
well, I don't kinda, but yeah,
Francie's seeing your vagina here. Whoops. Just fall into each other.
it's a series where it shows all the ugly bits of a relationship, and like it gets into a lot of the things that I never thought would ever be covered in romance. Like I'll never forget like seeing this and then being like, wait, what? It was a scene where they have sex and one is just straight up bad at sex. Like I never thought that would be a thing.
Right,
in
because everyone's
reading.
a fucking stud.
Yeah. Yeah, like if that happens in the series, it's always going to be good or whatever. And it's like, yeah, but that makes sense though, considering one, the person who's bad at sex, that was her first relationship ever. So it makes a lot of sense. But
Is that it? What do you mean? Well, that's great. But yes, my Dress Up Darling is ending next month. And oh boy, a missed opportunity with the Marin farting arc we could have had.
Wow.
arc. Why
Okay.
does it need to be an entire arc?
Why? Why not? Because, Marin
like
can't
Toad's
hold her
here?
gas.
Marin's
then
on a
the-
farting spree. She's farting everywhere on everyone.
And-
She won't stop.
And Gojo's like, I don't know if I can stand this woman farting anymore. I gotta have a word. I gotta have a heart to heart with her. Marin, I'm sick and tired of you farting and passing
can't
gas
stop
everywhere we
me,
go.
Gojo.
Yeah, you got to do it the anime way. Like he's gonna want to say something, and then he's gonna debate with himself first, and then he's gonna see his hand, gonna see the grip. You're gonna hear the leather sound. It's gonna, and then it's gonna cut back to his face, and he's gonna go. And she's gonna, huh? Eh?
And it,
I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm sick of you farting. And just gonna, Kocho, where did that? You got to make
Where
it
did-
super dramatic.
And she starts
it's like, I'm
crying, bawling, like a One Piece
She's like-
crying.
I thought it was cute. How could you say that to me? I thought we'd always be together.
Then she has to run out and leave, and then he just
As she's farting.
Why are you running?
Just every step she takes, just
okay. Maybe that needs to be an arc because that is.
see what I mean? So entertaining. A missed. Who's the creator of My Dress Up Darling? You
Hideo
had a
Kojima.
missed. Hideo Kojima missed opportunity.
That is definitely not the greatest. Okay.
Imagine fucking Hideo Kojima fucking wrote My Dress Up Darling. Oh,
I want to say their
Jesus.
name is. I think it starts with F. I don't remember it.
What would be like the craziest manga for Hideo Kojima to write?
Ran a girlfriend.
Yeah,
To be honest.
yeah. That's yeah. No, that's a good one. Next up, Go-Go Loser Ranger manga goes on a 2-issue hiatus due to creator's health, so probably be not around for a couple weeks. Because it's 2 issues, right? So maybe a couple weeks. I can't remember how. Well, actually, I don't know
It's-
what magazine it's in. So.
It's weekly.
Okay. So
So-
yeah, 2 weeks. 2-week hiatus. Hope he gets to feeling better, whatever he's going through. But I found this a good opportunity to ask you all: have you guys picked up the Go-Go Loser Ranger Reject manga?
Yeah, it's been a minute since I read it though. It
No.
was good when I read it.
No, no. I mean, I do eventually want to get to it, but I'm strictly anime only.
Loser. Ranger.
I'm running away.
Who watches
Trayvon said it's not an anime, but you might like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind if you want an interesting romance movie. It stars Jim Carrey.
Have seen that movie. It is a fantastic movie.
Heard it's good.
I highly recommend that one. That's like one of Jim Carrey's best because he's like stone cold serious the whole time.
Oh no, I haven't seen that movie. That's one with Zooey Deschanel, right?
I don't know if that's her name or she has like pink hair in the movie, like it's dyed pink.
I mean,
anyway, it's a Charlie Kaufman movie.
Does she kind of act like female Michael Cera?
God, it's been so long. You're trying to make me remember. Because
Zooey Deschanel kind of.
Yeah, I think you're thinking of the movie. I think that you are thinking of the movie 500 Days of Summer.
Ah, that may be it. Yeah.
Because she was in that movie and she was Summer.
There you go. That's probably what I was thinking. Well, next up, former Science Saru head Masaaki Yuasa, the legend himself, establishes a new studio, Aim Pippin. Not sure what this studio is going to be about necessarily. There you go.
Hey, Pimpin'. Oh, Pimpin', Pippin.
Pippin, like the character from Berserk who gets hollowed out from the inside and explodes.
Jesus Christ.
Love that guy.
He was a cool guy.
Yeah. I think whatever Masaaki Yuasa does at this point, I think he's earned it. So
Winslet. Yep. That's it.
I don't know what he's gonna do with it. That's the thing. Is he gonna do more movies like Walk On Girl or what? Like, what is his goal behind this? That's what I wonder. You know, if I were to, because after leaving Science Saru, I can't imagine what hasn't he done yet. He's done everything, right?
He needs to be in an all-you-can-eat food eating contest.
Maybe he wants to do Chainsaw Man Season 2.
Hey. Anything, anywhere, it's up from here after Season 1, right?
True. I mean, Yuasa doing Chainsaw Man probably wouldn't work, but it would be better in part 2 if he adapted part 2 or something. I don't know. But that should be interesting. Hopefully we'll see what he's doing here in the future. But next up, last couple news topics for this very long news segment this week.
A lot of stuff to cover.
It will not be this week, or it will not be this long next week. I'll tell you that.
That's what she said.
I severely overestimated a couple things. So according to headlines, the anime industry appears to be booming, but is it actually in a crisis? Hideaki Anno gave an interview where he basically said that, hey, just because all this stuff is going really well financially, well, maybe not financially, but just in terms of popularity, and the industry is thriving across the entire globe, he went to, like, lawmakers in Japan and said, like, hey, we need support in the anime industry. We need things like tax credits. We need, like, a better form of like an official archive, like a government archive of manga and anime, especially of.
So they kind of want what Hollywood has when it comes to like movies and stuff, because in movies they get those tax write-offs big time.
Yeah, that's basically what they want, and it's pretty bad. So they put out a survey, and in the article they kind of go over this and detail it a little bit. But on average, those working in the anime industry were working 219 hours per month. Now that's already crazy. Do you hear that?
219 hours a month.
That's suicide. That's like me. That's how many hours I work.
That's Mappa on a good day.
That's Mappa on a good day. This is well above the Japanese national average of 162.3 hours per month, which, yeah. The maximum reported was 336 hours per month. For comparison, Americans work for roughly 176 hours per month on average.
So they work double.
They work double.
And to be fair, I understand like Japan has like very different rules when it comes to like their workers and everything and whatnot. So I mean, I'm not trying to excuse it or anything, but it's just like they work a lot in Japan.
Yeah. And essentially what's just happening right now is, despite anime's popularity, there is so much stuff they just have not... That's kind of the feeling I get. There's so much stuff that just has not been addressed for whatever reason, probably mostly just due to Japan's very archaic views on governing. But it's... I think anime will make it through just fine, but it's definitely... I think anime is in that transitionary period, just like everything right now, where it needs to have proper stability. I think it'll survive without it, but what I think you'll find is over time, people are, if they are not given these things that Hideaki Anno suggested, what you're probably going to find is what's happening in the gaming industry is people aren't going to work for fucking... They're not going to work for this. They're going to go, what? No, we're not going to make animation. Why would we do this? There's no reason to. You're killing us with the work. You're not paying us anything.
Right. And it's crazy because you would think the fact that anime is probably at the peak of its popularity and is more popular than it's ever been ever in the existence of mankind, that they wouldn't do something to give these animators more wages, or I don't know, add something to where you could hire more animators or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just... A lot of things are behind in Japan. There's a lot of things that just need to change in Japan. A lot of things just don't work. As we're obviously seeing, every time there's a story about Japan that comes up. Japan's in a little bit of turmoil, but I think the anime industry is so important to that country that they have to do something.
It's huge. It's... I forget what the percentage is. Isn't it like a big number? Like the percentage of anime, obviously like a majority of it comes from Japan, but like as far as like revenue and profits, like they get most of their money from not just local, overseas, other countries. Like the States is a big one.
I think America is like the biggest consumer of anime, or something like that. For some sort of stat. I think Japan's the biggest manga consumer. I think something like 60-70% of people in Japan read manga. I forget the actual number. So if somebody knows, definitely leave it in the chat. But it's a very important business and a very important industry, and I think it's high time they just answer the call. Just do it. Just do it. Just finish it.
Do the right thing, Japan.
Yeah, do the right...
Finish the story, Japan.
Finish the story. Finish the fight, like Master Chief. Actually, maybe don't do that, because after you finish the fight, things get bad.
No, I'm finishing the fight too late.
No. Let's just pretend you didn't say that.
No, I'm doing it.
Microsoft is going to ruin us. We can't. We can't handle this.
It's too late for me, Ben.
I need a therapist.
I need a fucking massage.
I need a ham sandwich. But that's it for the news. Hopefully, for good.
That was it for the KOA news. No, that's a bad one. There we go. That's a better one.
Let's talk about FMA Brotherhood, episode 51.
Dude,
I don't know.
I knew no good would. I know no good would have came out of that beating up on Al's head. He just was like, he's just in here playing with my head. Don't worry about it.
No, Alphonse, you don't understand. He's using the Morse code. Don't you mean Morse?
He knew it from the outside. And Al is with him getting a concussion every time he's beating up on his head. And then just all of a sudden...
Oh my god, that's why?
He's just playing with my head. No big deal.
That's why he never noticed it, was because Salim is concussing him with every tap.
It's like, Al, are you okay? I'm doing okay. How are you doing out there?
I'm doing hot dog.
I'm doing hot dog with the barrel of monkeys. Yeah. Al, are you okay in there? I'm here. Don't worry, Salim's beating me upside down.
I think my brain dead.
It turned me into Kermit the Frog for a reason. I don't know why.
You know, I do it for you, Kermit.
Oh my god. Fucking A. But I guess before we get that far, we should talk about how this dude that unleashed the undead army is the stupidest guy in the history of anime.
I loved this. I loved it. I loved how he's like,
I am your master.
You are my sons, and I am your father. And then, and the mannequins are like, Papa, and then they eat him. And I'm like, you deserved that, you pieces of shit.
I just love how they just collectively just eat that one guy. Like they all decided, yeah, you gotta go the first.
He's the first one to go. I mean, he literally was like, you are my son, and I am your father.
Yeah, and then the poor scientist was just like, "Oh my god, no!"
I got a gun. I gotta shoot these immortal beings.
His gun sounded like the fucking wussiest gun I've ever heard. Like, I've heard guns sound more impressive with a silencer on it. It was just,
it sounded like a 1mm.
Fucking A, like fucking a 0.5 millimeter.
I just don't understand what the expectation was with that guy. They're mindless, immortal creatures.
Also, the scientist guy knew he was there. He was immortal. All those mannequins were immortal. Why did he try to even shoot? Just run. Also,
because he's not that smart for a scientist.
I guess so. And on top of that, if you are going to fire at those, wouldn't you want to fire at like the knees or something like that to slow them down for a minute, so you can run?
Too much.
What do you mean I'm thinking too much? I'm thinking enough. I'm thinking perfectly here.
Is it me or is it or are you clipping Satsuki?
Satsuki's got a low bit rate right now. I assume it's a Discord issue.
No.
Because I have seen it dipping and stuff.
Okay. So I don't want it to seem like he's delaying because I just hear, yeah.
You shouldn't be doing it now.
Sorry, that was my...
Okay, yeah, perfect.
That was my tractor running in the background.
Oh, that was your tractor? Yeah. Your goat tractor?
My goat tractor. Decrepit Storm says he should have known there's only one father around here.
That is true.
Yeah. That is very true.
Who's the one father?
The one that needs to get charged every time he takes 2 steps?
True. I agree with that statement. Also, this episode's animation was amazing. And even this beginning scene, these 2 characters, we don't know jack about. They were animated like the animator's life depended on it. I'm like, why? Just do some basic ass animation. But no, they're like, no, we need everything.
Yeah, that is stupid plan.
Yeah.
All around.
Yeah. Like I said, the award for the most dumbest anime character goes to dipshit with the mustache. He's the worst character in all of anime. I will release it. Oh, we have to do tests. Fuck your tests. We're going to release them and they're going to obey me. And then
an immortal legion.
It's always that one guy who never obeys the actual smart people.
Seriously, he never obeys. He has his arms out like he's fucking like the main villain and everything. And he's going, ha, ha, oh, do you see them in all my glory? It's like, dude, you work at a desk.
Yeah, you literally just pressed the button. That was your contribution to this whole army. What made you think that you were their father? You're not even a scientist.
It was my evil plan all along.
I'm seriously considered like what made him think that he specifically was their father? You're not a scientist. That means that you did not create any of the philosopher's stones that they are fueled from.
He just wanted a family.
Maybe you procured the people to make the philosopher's
No.
stone, but it's not like they would know that. They're not going to be like,
Listen, Satsuki, he did all of this just to make a family. He's actually wholesome. He had only honest intentions.
Yeah, I'll
He
say he's
ain't-
wholesome. He's
ain't wholesome in
full
their
of
belly.
holes.
Well,
Boy,
Yeah.
in pieces
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, rest in pieces. Yeah. R.I.P. dipshit with the mustache.
speaking of rest in peace, the gang, Edward and all them, they arrive at the big old door and they find Chopper. Got all chopped up. He all dead now.
Yeah, he was a character.
He existed.
Yeah.
I miss him.
He did his thing in the first half of the series. Look at me, I'm Chopper and I'm a funny. Ah, cha 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 cha.
Yeah, you know it gets serious when they kill the comic relief.
Yep.
David says, "I am the father."
He
Of the
wishes.
Immortals?
No, of the
Sure?
plungers.
Oh,
I hate
that
it.
is true.
Decrepit Storm says, "There's your test. I think we can call that a success."
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, they were a success. They were being immortal and destroying shit.
They were.
Yeah.
They were indeed. I think the reason that Ed wasn't able to open the door is because he didn't drink enough milk.
Hey, what are you talking about? You calling me shorty mode?
I did find it funny. Like, he goes up to the gate and he literally just tries to open it with his hands, and I'm just like, bro, that's a gigantic stone slab of a door.
He's trying to open the door like little Amelia from ReZero.
You think Amelia could open a jar of mayonnaise?
You kidding me? She wouldn't be anywhere close to a jar of mayonnaise without her thinking it would get her pregnant.
Oh, Jesus. I have a feeling Amelia would probably really like mayonnaise. That's the funny part.
Why? Because she's all white?
No, it's just because, like, it's like a weird ReZero character thing. They all like weird shit. Like, I think his parents, Subaru's parents, like mayonnaise.
Yeah, that was his mom.
For sure.
Yeah, she's dead now, so fuck her.
They're all fucking dead.
That's not the plot. This is not the plot of what's going on in ReZero.
Probably deserved it.
Motherfuckers.
What do we think about mayonnaise as a beverage? Would you drink mayonnaise?
Ew.
Yeah,
First
I
of
think
all,
you
mayonnaise
need
is disgusting.
What?
I think you need to be caged and put away.
Locked up with a bunch of those immortals so that they can chew your ear off. I mean, talk your ear off.
Oh, what is something that you would eat mayonnaise with? Like, you wouldn't be
Nothing. I
bothered.
hate mayonnaise.
I don't like mayonnaise either.
What? You guys don't like mayonnaise? That shit's good.
No. I mean, really light on the mayonnaise, I'm fine. But for some reason, people like to glob that shit and just oozes and globbles
No, you
onto
can't do it like
everything.
that. No, you just gotta.
I hate that shit.
No, you can't. No, you can't do that shit. That's some psychotic shit right there. That's some crackhead energy. That's some
Everywhere I go.
yoo-hoo. That's some yoo-hoo drinking energy right there. No,
I usually don't use a lot of condiments in general, to be honest.
I like ketchup.
ketchup's
I
good.
As a
like
condiment?
barbecue sauce, but that's about it.
Barbecue sauce
Yum.
is great with the old pizza. Oh man, mustard's pretty good too. It's like, on like a I don't know, like a certain type of sandwich.
Or a bratwurst.
Oh yeah, I forgot about bratwurst. Man, those
Who
brats.
likes the bratwurst? You put a little mustard on it. So good, yeah?
Decrepit Storm says everyone ReZero is dead unless proven otherwise.
Fair enough.
David says he likes mayonnaise, so I got one.
Well, that tracks with David. But
What does that mean? Well, oh no, he's Polish, right? So, just saying.
yeah,
Just saying.
Can we talk about how badass Olivier is
Oh my god. Dude.
Oh yeah, for sure.
and how she just absolutely just doesn't give a fuck?
Dude,
They want to. She'd bring out a guy, has him at gunpoint and everything, and they're like, "Drop the weapon, Olivier." And she's just like, you kill me.
You
they're gonna
dropped
come through
the
there.
weapon,
they're gonna kill
dumbasses.
all the lot of you. Please, Olivier,
wait,
my first day.
Wait. Are you talking? I think you're talking about episode 52. I think you're.
No. She had the guy as hostage, and they were telling her to drop her weapon and everything.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she's just like, no, you can't tell me to do nothing.
Dude, she
And
was. Oh man.
she was a complete and total badass.
So fuck. Dude, she was so dominant that the music when she was like stepping was in time with her footsteps. The music got itself into shape for Olivier.
Yeah, I don't think she needs to work on being in shape. She is the shape.
She is indeed. What if she like? What if she like?
If you say something about fucking mayonnaise,
No. I would just say Olivier would eat mayonnaise because nothing can phase her. But
Olivier would be like, "What is this disgusting thing on my sandwich?"
it would turn itself into like wine. It's like she would stare at it and it would turn itself into wine. Like, that's what I
fucking
thought.
It magically wipes off and gets off the sandwich and leaps back into the jar.
Ah, yes, good. You've been trained well.
Don't you ever taint my sandwich again.
What if like Olivier, when like she goes to work, she puts on more like tight fitting stuff, and she's like scrawny, like All Might.
What? I don't know where this
What I'm saying?
conversation.
What if under all of those clothing, she's like scrawny and.
So you're
dying?
saying she had? Okay, so you're saying she has the powers of All Might, where she's super fucking strong, but coughs up blood and has like a hole in her stomach randomly.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, considering she's an Armstrong, I think that's. I don't think that's the case.
yeah, I just think she's just naturally strong because all Armstrongs have been strong for generations. She said the generations line, by the way.
Yeah, that's a true.
She said,
Armstrong.
"This sword has been passed down for generations." I'm like, she is an Armstrong. She is definitely an Armstrong.
A Chunibyo, a nerd. David says, "What
What
did
did
that
you call
mean?
me?
What do you mean I'm Polish? I mean I am, but you're Polish.
We don't know.
We don't know shit.
We just know that you're an anime character and your hair is just fully white, according to C.
Fully white and luscious.
Like Fushi.
Fushi food. I just like how the guy, like Olivier has this guy hostage, and Sloth comes up behind her, and she's like immediately realizes and jumps out the way. But the dude had ample time to move.
Yeah. Shoot this man before. Oh my god, the hand's about to crush me. Crush. And there ends the life of that guy who was going to be immortal. God, he was one day from being immortal.
I don't think he could have moved anyways. She stabbed him in the foot.
Yeah, that Achilles tendon. He kind of needed to walk.
Nah, just like do a barrel roll.
Oh no, it wasn't the Achilles. She just stabbed right through the foot. Oh, that would suck so much ass.
I mean, props to the guy for not, complying with her demands. That's one thing.
He was loyal to the end, and she even said that. She's like, "Hey, I give you credit for having guts, but now your guts are splattered all over the floor now."
Yeah, just for the wrong cause.
Yeah. If only he was loyal to a good country and not some guy that needs to charge every 5 minutes.
David says all people in Poland do have white hair.
There you go.
It's true. It's true.
I am a homunculus. Life is pain. I'm so fucking tired. I hate mayonnaise.
I want to get it done fast. I want to go to sleep.
I want to watch Jerry Springer.
If that's what you got to look forward to, maybe you're better off dead.
He doesn't know any better. He's sloth. He only watches daytime television.
The 44th fight of the day.
You get that man who's KKK. Oh shit!
I feel like he would like Courage a lot. He'd be like, "Oh,
Courage the Cowardly Dog?
this dog is so cowardly. It's almost motivational. Go, Courage."
No, he exerts too much effort. Why are you trying so hard?
No, maybe he's looking at him like, "I want to be just like you, Courage, one day."
Maybe
I think
he's-
Sloth just wants to die.
I think so too. He's like riddled with cancer, and he's just like, oh, pain every time I fucking move. I don't like this.
Decrepit Storm said Sloth wants to watch Jackal. That would be hilarious.
Yes. Oh, Jackal, you're so funny.
He's almost like Santa Claus the way he talks. Ho, 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 Barry. What was it again?
Sit on my lap, Ed. Tell me what you want.
Come here, Ed. You little
No. He
shit.
wants it. He definitely wants Olivier to sit on his lap. Come here, Olivier. Sit on Slothy's knee. All right, I'm sorry.
Imagine.
We've definitely fallen off
No, we've fallen in.
to a fucking cavernous cave.
We'll just go spelunking. It'll be fine. We'll upload it on YouTube. Get 1 billion views. No, what if Olivier asked for a Christmas present? What would that look like?
A tank.
I want a tank, and if you give me anything other than a tank, I swear, slit you up the belly into the fully jolly ollie beard.
Yeah, she was.
We're just doing a secret Santa for work.
Who the fuck are you? Where's Santa?
No, it's just what it's called. It's not.
Sloth, take him out.
Olivier was definitely reading The Art of War when she was growing up, playing with those soldier toys.
Oh, the G.I. Joes? Oh,
Yeah.
no. You mean the little green men?
Yeah.
Yeah, the little army dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. She was plotting and everything when she was young.
Do they still make those? The little generic green guys?
I think they do.
Pretty sure.
I think they're called army men. Let me see.
I know they have the
Army
games.
men toys. Oh, I remember those toys. That's a fucking game that deserves a reboot. Yeah, it looks like they do. They still do. You just buy them in a.
You could like
Well, I
a
don't think
dollar
you.
store.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go buy some. Start playing with them.
Gotta remember all these.
Start my own
Fun
Army Men
times.
campaign. You know, that's basically what Army Men was in a way. It was basically like D&D for people who didn't know what D&D was.
Well, yeah, a lot of things were like that back then for sure. Like we had our imaginations before TV. Look, Danitas Media is here. What's up, people? I just finished a monster last night. Come again?
Monster Energy or the anime?
I don't know what he means. Like I just
The
ate
drink?
a monster. Yeah, the drink or the actual creature. Did you eat a monster? Did you
Oh,
have
yeah.
relations with a monster?
Did you eat a copy of Monster Inc?
Monsters Inc. is a great movie, by the way.
Yo, I got the game on Game Boy. The Monster Inc game.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Oh, the anime apparently.
The anime. Monster Inc. the anime?
Oh,
Monsters Inc. the anime. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
I should rewatch
sorry,
Monsters Inc. That's a good movie.
Hell yeah. Make that a Patreon.
But they sort of like run into a little bit of a predicament because they kind of realize the situation. They kind of can't let all these mindless homunculus outside because there's, fucking civilization. And if they let them out, then they're kind of just going to go crazy and eat everything. But what I say is this could be a good prequel for Zom 100 Season 2.
So Zom 100 and Fullmetal are in the same universe. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, why not?
They're never making a season 2 of Zom 100. Let's be real.
I'll fund it.
Just you, huh?
I don't even like the anime. I'll fund it.
Oh. Oh, the men are attacked by a bear with a mohawk, and they're looking for an ice cream truck. That's totally... First of all, anime and bear relations are like peas and carrots.
God, what is up with bears? I just...
save that. Y'all
I
want this
wanna, yep. Later on, for sure. I will save it.
because there's
Sure.
real bears to talk about.
Yeah, there is. So, yeah. So, speaking of the ice cream truck, Roy and the gang are like, yeah, we should go back into town. This ice cream truck is a little too conspicuous. I think we should paint it as a taco truck. Huh? Huh?
You hungry? I'm hungry.
Oh, yeah, let's do it. Let's
Put some
paint
bullets.
it. Dude, look, there's a taco over there. Let's go. Taco stand. I love this taco truck.
in the middle of a war.
Yeah. That's why I just thought it was funny when the truck was driving in and they're like, they said we were looking for a ice cream truck, right? Yeah. What about, isn't that a little suspicious? It's also a,
There's literally no other ice cream trucks running around.
there is literally, yeah, it looks almost similar except it's painted with a taco on it. No, just let him by. Okay. This is why you get the big bucks.
So, a big portion of this episode was Salim knocking Morse code on Al's head and summoning Kimberly.
Oh, Kimberly. He's like a rash that never goes away.
He is, dude. Just in his white suit. Just kill him already.
To be continued. But but yeah, he's kind of a piece of shit. It's just you want to save everyone and you want to eat your cake too and all this other stuff. Well, you can't have it both ways. You philosophical son of a bitch. I guess you're right.
It's
But-
true, but I mean, I what Al was saying too. It's just like, why not? Why not find a way? Why not just create your own way to circumvent certain things? Why not? Why not figure out a way to
wait.
have both of them?
I don't think they had that conversation this episode.
You sure?
I think they no, because the episode ended with Al just with the Philosopher's Stone.
Ah, shit.
All right,
Take two.
You didn't hear anything.
He did break him out, though.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why did we jump to that? The next bit is with May. Envy returns.
May is a stupid kid and deserves to get laughed and pointed at.
Dude, she does, but at the same time, like,
I'm gonna save my friends. Envy, you tricked me.
and continue, and Envy's like, what? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Just keep on going. Like
That's a great Envy impression.
like just Jesus.
In fairness to May, at least with this specific situation, it was by lucky bullshit that Envy reverted back to their form, because this is the circumstances that led to this. Some random jackass going, we gotta release all the immortal guys, and
Yep.
then the immortal guys being in that specific area, which I mean, those places are very close to each other, so it makes sense. But then also, Envy has to get eaten by these things for that whole thing to work. So
Yep.
it was by lucky bullshit that happened. I mean, Envy would have reverted anyways because Envy was trying to lead them to father. So,
But apparently she's stronger than ever. And I'm like, what bullshit? What
Wouldn't
absolute
she
bullshit.
be weaker than ever?
I don't know how it works when
No.
when you're a lizard thing.
Envy is gaining multiple Philosopher's Stones through eating them. So
Well,
I
there
don't
you
know
go.
how. I don't know like what's the portion of the Philosopher's Stone that each of them have, because I can't imagine it's literally like it's probably like a piece of it's probably like a shard or something. But everybody,
Little thimble.
yeah. So as Envy is consuming all these immortal soldiers or whatever, Envy is gaining more of the Philosopher's Stones. And a detail I really liked is whenever you see Envy do the full transformation, the green lizard thing, and you see all the faces there, Envy didn't have as many faces as they once did, and that was due to them being like having to gain all those souls back.
Mhm.
So I like that detail.
I have a question.
Totally missed that.
So with the Philosopher's Stone, how it's like multiple people, and basically it's like the souls of multiple people in one stone accumulated, all that stuff. Is an engine in real life not just a Philosopher's Stone for horses because of horsepower? 40 horsepower? 50 horsepower?
Look what you did.
What did I do? It's a good question. It's a fantastic question.
Apparently not. You just made him seep through his green screen.
What is he doing?
He's doing drugs. I hope you're happy.
Saucy, come back. I didn't mean it.
Baby, come back. Don't leave the love and on the line. Baby, come back.
Vash
We
says,
just
chill,
see-
chill on my guy. Envy, they were just a little misunderstood, that's all. Was Envy a little misunderstood?
No, Envy is piece of shit.
Decrepit
She-
Storm said, because of this moment.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Here comes Satsuki. He's back with his katana. No, with the apple. Is he going to turn into Carlito and spit in the face of people who aren't
I
cool?
spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
Is that a Granny Smith apple?
It is.
I knew it.
Those are the good ones, right?
They're green. I
Yeah.
mean, if you like the green ones, they're good.
What was the good one? Not red. What? Aren't the bad ones the red succulent?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Someone's got an apple booty.
True. True.
Wow.
It won't
I don't know
disappear.
it. Why won't it won't disappear into her ass? Maybe that's a good thing.
I think Makima likes apples. I feel like she's like a
Makima-
strawberry girl.
Makima likes underage. What are you talking about?
Unripened strawberries.
She likes strawberries that haven't been fully picked from the vine yet. Oh, looks like it's growing. I'll pluck it and eat it. Sorry.
Well, great animation, by the way, for this whole scene. Like May zipping and zooming and dodging, and like the mannequins jumping around and Envy, dude.
What are
this
those things?
I saw this animation. I went, "This is why they got chosen for MHA." This is exactly why they're. Man, I can't wait until they do anything other than MHA. It's going to be so refreshing. Oh god damn it. There is just everything going off. What did I do?
I think Ctax is losing it.
I'm losing it. Well,
Well, Envy's back, so
Yeah, Envy's
is
back.
back.
what do we expect from that? That
I
whole
expect-
thing, Envy being
I
back. What's the impact look like?
I think she's gonna die.
I hope she fucking dies. I mean, they easily, well, not easily, but they tricked her into becoming a green slug before. I mean, she's got more jewel shards. You know what I'm trying to say.
Sacred jewel shards.
She's got sacred jewel shards
Sit,
inside
boy.
her. No, she's. God damn it. Anyway, she's more powerful than she was before, and she's ready to fuck shit up. Usually, and we're getting towards the end, she'll probably be yet another character that's like fighting, just like how Sloth is fighting, just like how all the other homunculus is fighting. I don't know what's going to happen to her, but she's going to be, in my opinion, a casualty of war. I don't know. It's definitely not going to be by May. If that happens, I'm going to be sick.
That would be funny. I think for some reason I think that when I think of Envy, who would be the person to kill Envy? Maybe Ed? Ed or Al?
Ed's just kind of been chilling this whole time, and Al, I don't think he's going to be the one. I don't know.
I don't know. It's hard to like, because Envy has to go out in like
Pieces.
pieces. Yeah, like when she goes out, she's got to go down in flames, and glorious flames. Like her death has to be memorable. One
Yeah.
of the best, if not the best death in the series. That's how good it needs to be. So, who would fill that role?
Maria Ross.
You're 100% right. Best girl, Maria Ross.
What better way to get the revenge?
Does an
Oh.
action dive roll, shoots her right in
Speaking
the
of
head.
revenge, Roy Mustang.
Oh,
I mean, that's poetic.
It may be him, yeah. That's a
That's
very good point.
poetic all by itself. Now I
Yeah.
want it to be him.
Yeah, no, I think it should be May. I think that'd be great.
Please don't let it be May. If it is May, I'm gonna start singing the song. It's gonna be May.
Well, back over with the owl stuff. and Salim and Kimberly and all that. One of the details that I noticed, I didn't notice before, is that Al actually can't see when his helmet is taken away.
You think so?
Yeah, because when he put his helmet on, only then was he able to see Heinkel when he was injured. Because like he put it on and he like, Heinkel, you piece of shit.
How does he fight in the first part without his head though? Like he's literally boxing Barry the Chopper.
That is confusing.
You know what I mean? Because I hear you loud and clear what you're saying, but then I thought to myself,
is this a plot
doesn't
hole?
he fight? Yeah. It's just a little one, but it's just one of those things where he's fighting Barry the Chopper without his head and everything, and I remember that.
0 out of 10.
But all because of one part you don't like. How
not
dare
realistic.
He sees Heinel and when he puts his head on, but not with his body. You fool!
Yeah, no, definitely 0 out of 10. Not.
Yeah, poor Heinkel. He's seen better days.
Yeah. I like how even Heinkel was like, "Oh, Salim, he's doing the Morse code," and like he didn't deserve any of that.
No, well,
he's a good dude.
Yeah, and even after all that, Al still tried to save him, and even Heinkel was like, "Just leave me to die. I ain't got much time to live."
I thought it was really nice where he pointed out like the Elric brothers, no matter what, tried to put other people in front of themselves and try to help them as best they can in any situation they can. Which, yeah, I mean, that's sort of checks out. Like, the reason they're, doing all this is because they want to help other people, so.
Well, a lot of their journey is about doing things the right way, their way, and because if the goal was just to get their body and that was the only goal, and to hell with anybody else, they could have had it, much
Long time
earlier in
ago.
the series. Yeah, and it was, because Ed didn't want to use the Philosopher's Stone, knowing that it came from the souls of other human beings, and now we're in a situation where the fate of the world is now resting in their hands. And one thing that I like is that they just, no matter what, they are still them. And I think that is just an instance of like good character stagnation in a sense. Where your morals and what makes you who you are at your core doesn't change, no matter how much the world tries to jade you or get you to think more quote unquote realistic.
It's a bit of authenticity, I think, for them. I think it makes them real in a way that,
and relatable.
Relatable. I think is another one too, because I think they sort of represent like this sort of like a fighting spirit almost. That's kind of how I'm at. I think
never say die.
Yeah, like never say die. I think Al really embodies that. I mean, obviously Ed does too, but I think maybe Al shows it a little bit more, and also because he's a giant metal suit of armor. But
so he wins by default.
He wins by default, of course. He's got the cool points. Ed needs to drink more milk.
What do you mean another drink for them?
Needs more soup. I forgot I was gonna say shit.
You just had to talk about soup.
God damn it!
You just had to make a joke about soup.
I'm getting so much better at that, at my short-term memory. I'm doing like this thing called luminosity, which kind of looks like a brain training thing. And I've been doing it, and it's really been helping clearing up my brain fog, but sometimes it still hits me. I still can't remember it. Fuck. Okay.
Maybe it'll come back. But
Yeah.
while this is all happening, Heinkel says, "Look what I got.
Yeah,
Got me a
The
Philosopher's Stone."
the Philosopher's Stone that Kim
Sacred Jewel
Lee
Shard.
lost and decided not to go back after, as if it
Yeah.
was just like some penny.
Nah, I'll just get another one. It's no big deal.
I mean, that is pretty much his mentality because it's like, yeah, I already got one in my fucking lung. I'll just
I got
cough
one
that
in my-
back up.
Dude, that
Got
guy's
one
a
in my
fucking-
lung.
He's a fucking Pez dispenser for stupid Philosopher Stones.
He
Fuck
really
this guy.
is.
And then he still gets whooped anytime.
The dude
He's
is a
fucking Yamcha.
beanbag that he is the Yamcha of the Fullmetal Alchemist universe.
Actually, Yamcha's better because if you think about it, Kimberly can't do shit without his little fucking sacred jewel shards. But
At least Yamcha could beat up some people.
Yamcha's fucking legit, dude. He's
Wolf
just
Fang
not-
Fist.
Yeah, dude, Yamcha's fucking cool in a way. For
I
like
like
a
him,
dude.
and I like him for the most part. I feel like he gets shit on too much, and
He's
he definitely
great in
got
Dragon
crushed
Ball.
in Z. Oh yeah, I loved him in
Fucking
Dragon Ball
Dragon Ball, dude. He was like one of my favorite characters of Dragon Ball. So
for sure. But yeah, we are introduced to. I like what Hinkle basically says about it. It's like, hey, I know you don't want to use the Philosopher's Stone and get your body back. You don't want to use it because, it's immoral, blah, 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 blah. Why don't you use it to save the world? And when he put it that way, he was like, I never thought of it that way. Okay, I'll take it. Give me the Philosopher's Stone. And he comes out and a cloud of smoke and everything. And he's like Super Saiyan Al. He's ready to fuck shit up.
he looks shiny. They put polish on his armor.
He got waxed and buffed.
Bro,
Definitely.
Good.
He is ready to be on
They
display.
gave him some of that all-purpose cleaner, and he shined
Yep.
right up.
Yeah, he's ready.
So I know we're not really supposed to question this part or like really criticize it, but I always find this funny whenever it happens. I love when people speak for the dead because
Yeah.
they always
He would have let
know-
you.
Yeah, they always know exactly what the dead person would have wanted. Like in this
Really?
situation, I understand the goal. The goal is to get Al to fight. And morally it sounds great, because these people are already dead. They don't really have any other purpose other than to be used by whoever wields them. So if you're going to have them be used for something, it might as well be used for good, But it's just the way he phrased it. He's like, yeah, they want to fight too. I'm like, some of them are probably just like babies that don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I guess.
Yes, Al, I want you to fight for me.
So
You hear that, little Billy? I'm fighting for you.
Like I like what it symbolizes, though. Where they still aren't using the power for themselves. Rather, it's almost like in this instance, Al is just a vessel for the Philosopher's Stone's revenge, and I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
In the original Full Metal Alchemist, he actually turned himself into a Philosopher's Stone. So I kind of thought that was kind of like, not to say it was a callback, because obviously this was more accurate to the manga and whatever, but I find it kind of funny in a way how even though Full Metal, the original, went off the tracks and kind of did their own thing, both still had it to where Al had a Philosopher's Stone in some way. Just thought that was interesting.
I think it's just really cool as well. Just because it's like we've seen this Philosopher's Stone be used constantly for evil. And like the first time it's used for good, it's the purest character in the series.
Of course.
I love
Who
that.
better to wield it than Al? Everybody that's had it is a piece of shit, or Kimberly, or whatever, and then we get Al, who's just like, I'm good, and now I'm gonna save the world.
I'm gonna save the world with my philosopher's stone.
Save the world and my 11-year-old boy.
I'm gonna save the world, get my body back, do meth, and fuck Wenry. All
Fuck
with this
yeah.
philosopher's stone.
And that's what Al says whenever he's ready to fight. Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah. Where is it? Shit.
Where to go? Yeah, that's what he does when he gets the philosopher's stone.
And he looked at it long in the eyes and.
He had relations with the stone.
Yes.
Be gentle with me. It's my first time.
And then the stone
Absorbs
said,
it.
Poor Kobeni. Who do you think's more powerful, a Philosopher's Stone or Kobeni?
Sorry, it's a philosopher's stone, hands down.
I don't know.
I do know.
Did you see all the shit that Kobeni did?
Yeah, I saw her drink from a toilet. She's very powerful. I get it, but you know, a philosopher's stone is a philosopher's stone.
I think you're wrong.
Valid argument.
We missed a little bit of the Olivier stuff. She kind of continues her fight with Sloth. I like how at one point she picks up a style hand and just fucking takes it and pulls the cord with her mouth and throws it. I was like, what? I don't know who this woman is. I mean, I know who this woman is, but listen, I don't know where she came from, but this is my wife.
Oh, Satsuki?
Yeah.
C just said that Olivier is his wife now.
Oh. Well, good luck.
He called her Olive for the longest time, and now he wants her to be his wife.
Olive Strongarm.
Yeah, I don't think he's lasting a day.
Oh no, he ain't making it to even the bedroom. She's gonna have him running laps.
No, well, she'll look at me and I'll cry. I'll have a
Oh,
breakdown.
you think she won't know what to do with people that cry?
I think
Stop
she'll
your
just,
belly aching.
Yeah, she'll be like, "Shut the fuck up, you stupid crybaby! You're horrible."
If you want something to cry, peel some potatoes.
Olivier is probably like a red pill course going right. Like you're actually going to be exactly the alpha male that they claim to be.
And then she called me a soy boy.
But it was like really weird. I kind of liked it, but I didn't.
And then she whipped me, and I have the bruises to show you, but yeah, I can't say no to her. I love her. Please dominate me.
Hurts so good.
Oh my God.
But Alex
yeah.
shows up to save the day. That was really freaking awesome.
Was it this episode he did? Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, he shows up and he's like, "The heavy artillery has arrived," and I'm like, "You are the heavy artillery."
Oh no! For some reason, I thought it was the other episode, but yeah, he came in. Olivier, I am here to protect you for generations, and then yeah,
For generations.
For generations, I will protect you. But he showed he could fight. He can't stand up to his sister, but when it comes to a 1,000-pound sloth,
Yeah.
dude can fuck shit up.
Yeah, and he'll fight for his sister too, which is I love that. I love
For the family's name.
I love it. It's just so great. It's so much loyalty. So awesome. I also like how I like how despite him being sort of like a gaggy kind of character, they didn't like totally like ruin him. in this moment. Like when he showed up, like they still made him an absolute unit.
He does gag stuff, but when it comes to him actually fighting, I don't think the gag comes out. Like when he first fought Scar and everything, he was completely stone cold, just like, bobbing and weaving and everything. But it's only when he's with the Elric brothers does he become gaggy, where he's just like, Elric boys, come into my bosom. Phrasing, please don't say that.
Well, anything else with this episode?
There was a good amount of stuff that happened this episode. The next episode, though. Wow.
Alrighty, let's get into episode 52. This is the one we've been waiting for, y'all.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
Fights galore. Explosions.
Animation. Just peak.
I wrote down here, fight, big explosions, Bones animation team sacrifice so much of their lifespan and their family time that it's too much for Salim and Kimberly to handle as he traps Salim. It plays into the plot itself. Salim and Kimberly could not handle the animation.
Yeah, they fucking did their shit. Also, Salim is too easy to be caught.
Yeah,
Is that just me?
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with
Because
that?
it took Hohenheim to do it the first time, who, from what we can tell, is like the second strongest character in the series that we've seen thus far. And it
Okay.
took Al to do it with the Philosopher's Stone. Because
Okay.
before then, nobody could fuck with him. And Ed couldn't do anything. Fu couldn't do anything. None of the chimeras could do anything. It was like it takes that level of opponent to do anything to him.
Okay, fair enough. It definitely seemed like it got easier towards the end once they got themselves the Philosopher's Stone. You're not doing that to me again.
I think his power is easier to work around because it's not like if you contain him, he can't do anything. That's what makes it difficult because everybody else has some level of brute strength that they can work around to make them more universally strong. And Pride's, I guess, Achilles' heel is that he isn't physically strong, and that's what makes him different from the other homunculus. Because everybody, even Lust, who's like more humanoid and everything, can still pierce through a lot of different materials. But Pride still in a child's body, so if you contain him like that, nothing you can do.
Yeah. I bet he wishes he had the body of Alex Armstrong versus the little kid.
Oh, yeah. You should have been doing push-ups. No excuse.
He should have been. He's just been lazy for the past couple decades. He's just
Should have drank his milk. Little shit.
back to drinking milk.
Look what
This
happens.
is the episode where Al and Kimberly kind of have their
Yes.
cake and eat it too moment. This is the moment. And as Al put it, everybody has their own ways. Why can't I do it too? Because Kimberly's just like, yeah, well,
You gotta follow
What-
the rules of equivalent exchange, you ideal
Yeah.
fuck.
blah blah blah, because it's only the rules that make up our whole society, yada yada. He also did a grim realization. He's like, what if you all die, we win, and y'all just go fuck off? No, I'm just he's just like, we win and the bad guys win, because that's a possibility. And he's like, yeah, you're right too, but
Yeah.
never doubt humans.
I think we talked about Kimberly's character because he's a hard character to pin down because you're just like, what exactly is your goal? He's not even Joker-esque to where
Not
even
really.
with the Joker, you can go, yeah, he like you said, some people just want to see the world burn. Like he's not even like that. It's like, what are you fighting for exactly? But the consistent thing with him seems to be he really loves to see the struggle between two people who are resolved for the opposite ideals. So because Al wants to get his body, and save all these other people. He's like, well, shit, I'll be the person who does the opposite of that, and we'll see what comes of it. So he's kind of a chameleon in a sense that he'll play whatever role he feels is right for war, whether that's being on the good side or not. More often the bad side, but yeah.
Yeah, or the winning side. He's just
Yeah.
like he's one of those guys in those whatever kind of like fighting games or any game at all where if they're on the losing team, he'll just switch at the last second and be like, "Yeah, I was winning the whole time." I hate when people do that. It's like, you switched at the last minute. No, we were winning the whole time. Bastard.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I like their, like I said earlier, like I just like their little, I like Al, like just like why not, if you say we can't do it, why can't we just figure out a way to do it? Like what is stopping us? I like that. I like that sort of outlook.
Mm-hmm. Never say die.
Yeah. It goes into the conversation that was held between Greed and Ed, where Greed points out the good qualities of greed rather than just talking about wanting money and power. In this
Right.
instance, Al wants everything and getting his body back and saving everybody, things that we can go, oh yeah, we can get behind that, but it's greedy in the sense that the world is telling him he can't have both. It's one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Kimberly says, "Well, fuck all that," and then he throws up a
Yeah.
philosopher's stone and eats it.
He eats philosopher's stones for breakfast.
He really does. He just, I think I got another one here. Hold on. Yep, there we go. He just hides it all over his fucking body and just eats them.
He's just got he's taped. Just fucking tape wrapped around him with philosopher's stones.
just all covering his body. Are those zits? No, these are. I mean, yeah, they're little moles on my body. I'll just eat it random.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, but I swear to God, every time he eats a philosopher's stone, he gets like maybe 1% stronger, and then he sucks so much ass. I don't know what it is. He's the only character I know that can get a power up and suck with it.
I think
You know what I mean?
a part of me wonders.
Let me say this quickly. It's just funny to see in the contrast with Al with the Philosopher's Stone and him with the Philosopher's Stone. You ever seen that flirting versus harassment meme?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's so
Al.
cute. Help each other.
That's Al and Kimberly. Like Al with a Philosopher's Stone is like, oh my god, he's hot. And then Kimberly with a Philosopher's Stone is like, ooh, that's tacky.
Yeah, yeah, he really is. And he gets his comeuppance. He gets well, what was it? I think Al gave his Philosopher's Stone to someone we forgot about, Mr. Tiger Man, who was dying originally. Oh wait, no, I take that back. It was some other person we forgot about who looked like Droopy Dog, Marco.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think he
Marco.
left it with him. Yeah.
Yeah, Marco was the one that did it. My bad. I misremembered. But yeah, Marco did it. Marco, he be coming through clutch. He defeated Envy the first time. He fucking, did this and defeated Kimberly with the help of old Lionel.
Is he
Is
he gonna live?
I almost want to see him live, Marco.
Oh, Marco. I mean, I don't know why you guys killed him off to begin with.
I didn't kill him off. I knew he was still alive, kinda. It's just Scar kind of made him look bad.
There's just so many death flags. So many. I mean, he's a walking flag of death.
The dude literally says, Scar, kill me. The first time we see him interact with Scar, let me repent for the. And then Scar basically just says, if you want to repent, help me.
Maybe
And that's what he's doing.
Maybe they won't kill Doctor Marco because maybe the theme of his character, the message, is
Redemption.
that redeem, live to redeem, don't die. That's the coward's way out. Remember in Call of Duty when you used to go down, hold X to coward's way out.
Yep. Instead of last stand, until someone revived you, you just did the cowards. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I definitely think Dr. Marco's arc is indeed what you said, C. This is a man who's lived with regret and he's felt so helpless for so long and he's just lived with that guilt. And I think it's a message basically to just anybody really that if you live your life with regret, yeah, you could live with that regret and it'll just eat you up inside. But there comes a time and a moment where, you know, you could either live with it, you can do the coward's way out, or you can redeem yourself and you can try to make things better. And I think that's what Dr. Marco's arc is all about is, you know, putting, not so much forgetting, but more just like that whole redemption thing where it's just like, yeah, I'm not going to live in fear anymore or cower. I'm going to do better. And that's awesome.
It's nice. Salim, however, different opinions. Salim wants to kill him.
He's a punk.
And tries to attack Dr. Marco and kill him, right? But Yoki,
of all people, Yoki, I was like, MVP. You know, there are some people that have their moments on the team. You know, you could say Yoki's like coming in clutch, field goal kicker, kicks a 50-yard field goal through the uprights to extend the lead or like tie it up, go into overtime, something like that. He's just, Yoki did his thing. He did his thing for sure. Because he was supposed to wait and cry and be a little scaredy cat, but he too was also like, I'm here to save everyone. Get in the car, please.
I love it. It came out of nowhere, and it was such a good surprise. Like that's one where, like, if you saw it in the movie, people would just be like, just fucking clapping.
Oh, for sure. That's one of those. Yeah. As someone removes their helmet, I am no man. It's really great. Oh, so fantastic.
But Kimberly dies, so good for him.
Yeah, he got fucking what's it called? Just jugular, just bitten right through the jugular, and bled out.
Yeah, he tears his neck apart, which is great considering these were the chimeras that were working under him, and basically how he treated them.
Ironic. And very poetic for sure. But pride being pride, he's got a little hunger issue now that he's got gluttony inside of him, and he eats Kimberly.
Does he?
If he didn't eat him, he ate the Philosopher's Stone that was in him. Maybe, probably.
Well, he said you will live inside of me.
Which is very gross.
The only reason I asked that question is because they didn't show it. And whenever they don't show something, especially Kimberly, considering everything that we've been through with his character, it seems a little weird to me that you wouldn't show him dying on screen.
Yeah, I do agree that was kind of a weird choice. I mean, I'm sure he's dead. Like I said, he got bit right through the neck. I mean, I can't imagine him. The only thing I could maybe imagine is Salim taking over his body now, but I
Maybe
don't know. I don't know where that would fit in.
maybe like oh god, maybe like a like Majin Buu type thing or something.
What, he becomes fat?
Well, no, like the Majin thing, you know, like the control insignia on the forehead, like
He just becomes a zombie and gets controlled by Salim.
yeah, maybe something like that.
Okay,
I could,
maybe.
I could see that. Zombie.
Not sure, but yeah. So ends Kimberly. R.I.P. Maybe.
Like I said, Zom 100, it's coming.
It's not coming. But speaking of coming, there's. I mean, we talked about the L and epic fights with that, dude. The epic fights with Sloth,
Oh
with
my god,
the Armstrong brother and sister taking on Sloth.
it was
Fucking
so
amazing.
good.
Just incredible. Obviously the best part was when, Alex literally punches a fucking pillar through the guy's head, and he's just like, oh, this is such a pain. Literally. But that
Well,
was so fucking
according
cool.
to Sloth, dying is quote such a pain.
I would think that would be universal. I would think that would be universal for everybody, not just for Sloth.
I think Sloth's a little poetic. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, what yonder window breaks? Sloth is the moon, and Olivier is the west. Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. And every time they were fighting, they would get interrupted by people in Central going,
Don't move. Stop. The fuck is that thing?
would you stop interrupting me and fighting? We're trying to kill this homunculus.
But our orders are. You're a traitor.
What do you believe in now? You morons.
Bro, when the mannequins came in, I thought that for sure that would be Mustang. But that only happens later.
At the very end.
That was such a good fake out. Cuz you're expecting it cuz you're like, "Oh, Mustang, Mustang, Mustang." Cuz the ice cream truck and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, "Oh, this is the place that makes sense, right? It's very obvious." And then the mannequins come in. I'm like, that's diabolical. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty good fake outs, pretty cool. And the people in Central, some of the, I guess, few subordinates that are still there are just like, oh no, I don't know what to do. That's when he makes Olivier makes the ultimate question and says, are you going to shoot me or are you going to fight with me?
It's like that.
Make your move.
It's like that. It's like that wrestling promo. It was like, I pull out the Glock and I put it to his head.
Forehead.
I love
Wait,
it.
wait, wait. What was the whole thing?
That was Arn Anderson. Best
No, no,
promo
no.
he's ever done.
I'm trying to think of something. Hold on. You pull up to a red light.
You say, "Oh,
A man
please."
said, a man jerks open your door and says, "Out of the car, I'm taking your car." You say, "Okay, take it. Just don't hurt me." You know what I do? I pull out the Glock, put it on his forehead, and spill his brains all over the concrete.
Oh, AEW will never get back to that. Oh,
How do you top that? That's such a great promo.
that is a fantastic promo. But yeah, that's essentially what she said to this man. And, we didn't necessarily get an answer yet.
I just read the Cripple Store's comment. Cripple Store said, if Kimberly took off his jacket, we would see his body as just Philosopher's Stones. No, I would love a gag where, he just, like the stupid cartoon gag of somebody hiding something they're not supposed to have, and then, you shake them a little bit, and then he just drop it like a loot crate or something.
Like Sinjo Gamaro from Sinjo Whatever, the main girl with the Kitagi crab and Bakemonogatari? Where she
Which
like
one is that one?
She's the girl that weighs nothing.
short hair?
She's the first
Oh,
girl.
Senjo Gohara. Oh, my bad. I thought you said somebody
She weighs
else.
herself down
Okay.
with a bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah. You mean like with all the like the office supplies, like the
Yeah.
stapler and scissor, all that. Yeah. Yeah, I think it would just be a funny gag. We just shake them a little bit, just the philosopher's stones just pop out of them.
And he's just like, I may have had a little much.
Hey, was that? Did I do that?
Did I do that?
With every punch against Kimberly, a
Yes,
fucking
Kimberly did.
like a fucking vortex of philosopher stones fly out.
Sonic rings.
Oh my god, yes. That's hilarious.
And he
yeah.
starts flashing.
Yeah.
I think the Olivia and Armstrong fight just shows you that Armstrong, and this is coming from someone who loves Olivier. Armstrong was definitely sandbagging in that fight that he had against her because he has the capabilities to do what he did this episode.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, he can whoop Sloth's ass. But then, like, against his own sister, no, Olivier, not there.
And I think part of it is because I don't think he was using alchemy against his sister. So you could still say
True.
one-on-one, hand-to-hand combat, no powers, that she's stronger. But it didn't seem that way in this episode, especially considering that his introduction was that punch and knocking Sloth's ass back. Olivier did get one good strike in, and that's when she fucking stabbed him in the crown of the head.
That was cool. That was so cool.
But
Can we talk about how
Armstrong was great this fight?
It was really great. We talk about how Sloth is the fastest of the homunculus, and the ironic thing is that his name is Sloth.
They do this ironic thing with all the homunculus, because except for Gluttony. Gluttony's just pretty spot
Gluttony's
on.
a fat ass.
What I was gonna say was, the thing about Sloth is like, Sloth wants to laze around so much that Sloth's like, fuck. All right, let's get this over with quick. So in that instance, I guess it does make sense because Sloth's just like, please, I want to fucking sleep. Please let me rest. Try to do it as fast as you can to get it over with. It makes sense. But yeah, those are some crazy specs.
Yeah. But yeah, Alex really got in some good shots against him, especially that fucking spike through the mouth.
Yeah.
Oh. But the
That
dude's
put him
already
out of-
regenerating.
Yeah, it put him out of commission for a little bit at least. And it was a smart plan because Armstrong figures if he's just rushing me and I can't read his movements, I'm just going to literally set a trap for when sense him moving and then hit him because he's not going to stop. That's the one bad thing about his speed is it's a little worthless just because he can't control it that well.
Yeah. Imagine if he could control it and he was somebody that was more agile. That'd be a dangerous homunculus. Because he says he's the fastest one. Imagine if Wrath, was just like ridiculous with his speed and everything. He's already crazy the way that he is. But then he becomes even like, I'm the fastest homunculus. And just starts tearing shit up. Oh, he'd be untouchable.
Yeah.
Well, anything else for this episode?
Mustang comes in at the end, and I cannot wait to see what happens. All these last few episodes have been stellar, and I know we're entering into basically the final arc because we didn't even mention it. We have a brand new opening.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We do, yeah.
We literally have a brand new opening and ending, and not my favorite, but I can definitely tell this is marking towards, yep, this is it. This is the end game. This is Avengers, Infinity Wars / end game. We're finding it's almost done.
I also want to say I did not choose these episodes based on the opening and endings. So like us starting off with a new ending for the batch of episodes we chose was like complete coincidence. I guess it isn't coincidence because I was trying to choose things to end off on where I felt like it was a good end point. But it's just funny that things just happen to line up with because this happened last time where it's like, oh, new opening. And it was like, wait, oh shit, that was a good way to end it because that was pretty much the end of this arc. But yeah, this is like I guess because this is the first immortal attack, so this would be the arc of I guess the immortal invasion, whatever. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, but the last thing I wanted to say was May
Oh,
making
that's
fun
right,
of
yeah.
Envy because May goes, "Yeah, I'd rather deal with your slow ass than these immortal whatevers that I can't kill."
And Envy's like, "Are you calling me fat? You little piece of shit? You little brat?"
Eh.
Well, let's go ahead and let's jump into some Rurouni.
Satsuki.
What? Me?
The
Drunk
sexy
Yumi?
ninjas survived.
Oh, they did. Yeah.
They fucking survived. I thought they were so dead and they lived. I was like, hallelujah.
I was like, I when they were replaying it, I was like, fuck, I don't want to see them get brutally murdered.
Right.
And they survived. I was like, wait, what?
First of all, what did that guy even do? Did he just do a fucking roll and then land it on the ground and go, oh?
I thought what was going to happen was he was going to get up and they were going to be crushed on his
Yeah.
body or something. I was like, oh,
Same.
I don't want to see that. And then he was just like, oh, I missed.
Yeah. I love how they were playing like fucking cartoon squash like sound effects too, just like in the stomach and everything. I'm like, oh my god.
You see them come out of his belly like flat, just
Yeah. Then he's, oh look what I got, just goes and flips them out, and then they're just like, yeah, all normal again. Oh, the accordion squash.
oh.
God damn. But yeah, I was happy to see that. I was like, I can't believe they lived.
Yeah, whatever
Unbelievable.
their names are.
I know. I just know them as the sexy ninjas.
I guess in that sense, because they're part of the only one bond group. So yeah, Misao's doing what I thought she would do. Not exactly what I thought she was going to do, but I thought this was a brilliant role for her to play, which was just direct the only one bond group, and it seems like militia to quell the fires because I've been saying this for I don't know how long that I just don't see her as strong enough to beat any of the swordsmen. But now that I say that, and because the swordsmen started their attack, and I didn't think they were going to attack the city. I thought they were going to stand back and it was just going to be a fight between the good guys versus swordsmen. But now that they did, yeah, I mean, there's just like nothing else is happening. So, but now that they attacked, Misawa's going to fight one of them. And if I had to pick one, because there's no way, because let's see who we have. Soldier rolls on the boat. Usui's way too strong. Anji is someone for Sanosuke. The Acorn dude is on the boat. I said Kamatari might be one of them. Cho's in prison. Saizuchi, that's the big head midget guy. I don't see anything there. Well, Henya's the one in all black that I can't see.
Ryuk.
I can't see. Yeah, he does look like Ryuk, or he kind of looks like Hiei. He's just like Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho. I feel like the only one that makes sense is Kamatari. And the only reason I say that is because it's the classic female versus female thing that these series love to do.
Yeah.
And especially too because Kamatari is the one of the 10 swordsmen that we saw like be proactive in what she was doing and going like, yeah, none of you guys are running away. Either you're fighting or I'm killing you. What you want to do? So,
Damn.
yeah.
Chopped them all up
Mm-hmm.
to pieces. But yeah, they were trying to start the fires and everything, and the 10 swordsmen were like, aren't they supposed to be lighting shit by now? Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
see anything. Well, and then old blind turtle comes out there and is just like, you know what? I'm just gonna start killing people. I'm tired of not doing anything.
I mean, it makes sense because Anji is telling them like, no. What is the point of killing civilians and children or whatever? He's like, aren't we going to kill them all anyways with the fire? Like, I'm just speeding up the process. Let's just go. I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I love the
But
fact that when they were trying to light the fires, not only the police stopped them, but their own townspeople were like fed up.
yeah,
Even
they had
old lady was just like, "Ah, there they are."
but yeah, so she's a part of the Oniwa Bond group. So
That's right.
it seems like what she's done, Misao has done, is sprinkled the Oniwa Bond group spies all across these different houses. So it's almost like where you would expect normal civilians to be because they're not concentrated in the area. Where normal civilians would be, the Oniwa Bond group can just respond to these fires instantaneously. So yeah, they can just work very they work as like a big web to quell all the fires, and I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, yeah, that's what they're gonna do throughout the whole Kyoto thing, and they're gonna take on the 10 swords. I wonder who else is gonna be here, because we saw Yahiko kind of like talk to Misao, not to Misao.
Oh, Kaoru.
Thank you, Karu. I don't know why I was thinking Misao. For a little bit, and I'm like, I wonder if they're gonna see some action and fight some people.
I'm wondering that too.
You
I
know,
think they are.
it just, yeah, it just kind of makes sense because Karu was like, we got to do something and we got to fight for what's right, blah blah blah. That speech. So I'm like, she's gonna fight somebody. She's gonna fight some people. It's gonna be interesting to see how strong she could fight.
Well, are you saying just like people in general, or like one of
Uh,
the 10 swords? Because
what I think one of the 10 swords.
yeah, because I keep we've had this conversation. The numbers just don't add up. Kenshin, Sonosuke, um, Sojiro, um, who else do they have on their side? Misao. It just doesn't add up. I don't know unless they fight multiple people. I don't see how this is going to work right now. So, like, if
Mhm.
Yahiko and Kaoru work together, who can they beat? Because they're not beating the top echelon guys. Maybe the big head mentioned guy.
Maybe that would be about it. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Megumin's getting ready to bury some bodies and help some people.
Yeah.
Your wife, my wife. She's just like, oh, this is for helping people. This is for the sick. This is for the deathly, and those are for the corpses.
What about the black one?
Right. Oh yeah, those are for all the corpses we're going to be getting. You don't think anyone's going to die, are they? Well, I love that question that she says. It's like, no, bitch, we're not going to get any dead people. You want me to lie to you? Yes, we're going to get some dead people. Hopefully, we won't have to use these. I mean, that's always wishful thinking.
Yeah.
Say that to all the people cut up into a million pieces. They're not.
I'm still looking at this. I'm wondering how this all is going to play out. I really hope it's not one of those situations because I'm thinking about this. please don't turn it to a Muzan situation where it's
Oh my
like
god.
I'm doing all these matchup thinkings and it is all for nothing because it's like I could see Usui or somebody because Usui is like the
Right.
loose cannon. I could see him just
Right. Just slices people left and yeah.
yeah.
Something I
I'm
could
hoping
see
that that's
that
not the
too.
situation.
I hope
I'm
not
hoping.
either. Maybe it's gonna be the cops versus the 10 swordsmen. And I'm not talking about the grunts, I'm talking about maybe the higher ups, maybe?
The way they're portraying it, the cops are just fodder to
Yeah.
just hold the line and make them
Yeah.
look cool.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Unless we pull something out of thin air or out of ass, where it's Kenshin's master just comes out of retirement and he's just like, I'm going to fucking kill everyone.
Uh, I mean, they could do something like that. I can't announce it.
But we got a fight on the other side of the country, where we finally made it to the ship, the warship, which, by the way, kind of cool reveal. Not gonna lie, they just it's a fucking steel warship, y'all. Isn't it cool? I like it. He spent, what did he say?
3/5 of his
3/5 of his allowance.
of his allowance. Yumi just gives him an allowance. Okay, not too many, not too
You can't-
much.
You can't get too much, idiot. And she's drunk off her ass, and she's about to witness like Kyoto burning and everybody dying. She's a special lady.
It's a party for them, though. Like it is literally the burning of Kyoto. He equated it to fireworks. This is literally their Super Bowl.
Yeah, it is. But I'm curious to see how this fight's going to happen too, because not only do we have basically the main baddie, Shishio and everything, but we have other baddie, Oshi, ready to kind of like do his thing. He's been fucking dead eyes the whole time, ready for revenge, and now he's finally got Kenshin right in front of him.
Yeah.
He's I don't know. I think Kenshin is gonna have to go through his thick skull and say, "Hey, we kind of need you right now. You don't need to be doing this whole blind bullshit."
Yeah, they do need him, and I don't know. I've been wrong about this thing the whole way because I didn't think it would get to this point. I didn't think. I'm not saying I didn't think that they would fight. I was just thinking that he wouldn't be with them for this long, and he's still his own man. Like they made a distinction between him and the rest of the 10 swords. So who knows what's going to happen, but I just didn't think that they would have to fight the 10 swords plus plus Shishio and Aoishi. That's just so crazy. Like I genuinely don't see, like I know the good guys are going to win in the end, but right
Sure.
now I genuinely do not see how they're supposed to win.
Yeah, that's true. Wonder.
Yeah.
It's got to be something like when they get down to the fights themselves, something we don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just it's overwhelming numbers.
It is, yeah.
Aoshi's been playing them the whole time, and now he's gonna do a secret attack or some bullshit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know if it would be exactly that, but I could see him. I don't know, something with Aoshi that doesn't seem right sometimes. So I don't know.
I love how Sanosuke punched the ground in order to stop a Gatling gun bullets from hitting him, or not the ground, the fucking water. That was. He learned a lot, and I love Shishio's face too. He's not some fucking weakling.
No, that was my favorite part. My favorite part was when Shishio were just shit talking
Kenshin, and then they get there. He gets his Why am I forgetting what the fuck is?
Telescope.
Yeah, he gets his telescope. He's like, there goes Kenshin, looking sexy as ever. There goes Seijiro. I don't like that guy. What the fuck?
Who's
Then
this
he,
guy?
and then he gives it to Soldier. He's like, Soldier, can you explain who that is? And Soldier goes like, I don't really know him like that, but I think that's one of Kenshin's friends. And he's like, yeah, I don't think he's good. And he's like, oh, so he's trash. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, that was hilarious, and I love it whenever they kind of like make him eat those words, so to speak. And like I say, he just punched the water with the Gatling gun. And Shishio, for the first time, you see his face of almost kind of like of concern or disdain, where he's just like, "Motherfucker's not weak. I
like
misjudged this guy."
I like that too. I like that he wasn't a part of their calculations, and it showed like the immediate shock. Because I feel like sometimes you get in this weird space where a villain is like too cool for everything, and they everything is according to plan. It's like then it just makes everything feel cheap. But this felt like, oh yeah, it makes sense that they underestimated Sanosuke, and it makes sense that Sanosuke would deter their plans a little bit.
Yeah, and now we get, now we basically just get the epic fight with all these people. Sanosuke, I don't know who he's gonna fight. I mean, probably some grunts. Shishio's gonna be sitting back, just watching Kenshin and Aoshi kind of like going at it. But yeah, some big fights are gonna happen. I don't think Shishio's gonna be fighting. If he does, I don't know. Maybe it would just be a one shot to somebody. But I don't see him fighting next episode. It's definitely going to be between Kenshin and Aoshi for sure. It's going to be an epic fight.
I wonder what Yumi's going to do when this is all happening.
Oh, this is the best thing I've ever seen.
You're so strong,
After
Shishio.
After all this is done, can we fuck? I'm ready to get down. Girl, your thirst cannot be quenched when it comes to the D. The red
anything
hot
else?
burning D. That was pretty much it. It all just happened really quick. This episode to me felt like it went by quick. Just because everything's finally starting to happen now.
Yeah. Thank you. I was gonna say something. I guess it's not that important. Yeah. The guys under Shishio, like the grunts, are kind of seeing that this is not a coveted job. They probably should have, I don't know, did some farm work or something.
Yeah, I would have been a farmer if I know. I bet these people are just regretting it too. It's like, I should have stuck out in the fields and just started planting my fucking seeds. But no, I wanted to be a part of this madman's crazy new plan about a new world where there's no laws. Wait, why did I think this was a good idea again?
You guys are just pawns. Right? Yeah.
I don't think I like this guy anymore.
And he's saying that while being a blind man. So
Yeah. It's like
blind people in anime are never blind.
I don't know. They're I swear they could actually see, just like Daredevil. they're like, yeah, I'm not technically blind, but I can't really see either. You're a damn liar. You can see. How many fingers am I holding up?
I feel like the most genuine blind person I've seen in the anime was Nunnally and Code Geass. There would be some shit that would happen like literally right beside her, and she wouldn't know. Like she was genuinely blind.
Big brother, is that you?
Yeah, she got kidnapped that way with Mao.
Yeah.
What if she just like one day just sits there and just like thinks she's talking to someone, but it's just like a potted plant?
I'm sure she probably has. This guy's just like, man, that's fucking boring. She keeps going on and on. Hold on. Puts the plant right there. Sneaks out.
Puts
then
like
that was
shades on it.
You make it seem like the person. And then that's what happened. What do you have to say? Hello? And then someone else walks in. You've been talking to a plant for 3 minutes. For 3 hours. That would be even better.
Don't be rude. He isn't boring enough to compare him to a plant.
No, I mean, literally, there's a plant right there. Feel it. She touches it. Motherfucker. He left a long time ago.
Well, let's go ahead and let's jump into Sakamoto Days, Episode 7. A little bit of camaraderie growing between Lou and Shin.
No. See,
There's no camaraderie.
no. You went to the wrong place first.
Oh shit.
I said this 3 years ago? I don't know how long. When's the last time we seen Worlds in Harem?
I can tell you, it has been 3 years.
3 years. And once again, I'm asking the question: why is there a bear? Why? What is with bears in this? I don't know. I don't know what it is with this podcast.
We just attract
I don't
bears.
understand. I don't get it.
Dude, it's all over.
Why is there always a bear? And it's happening damn near every season now. Before it's like
swear.
every year. Now it's every season.
Last season, what did we have? We have Akira fighting a bear in the Fable. Right?
Yeah.
What was that, fall or summer?
I feel like that.
Either way, there was still a bear last season.
And it was
Either
very
way.
recent. Yeah.
Either way, there was a bear last season. I just don't
Decrepit
remember.
Storm, if you're still watching, name all the times a bear has been referenced on this show. Go.
Oh
my God. But yeah, we not only did we have bears, Sasuke, we had bears with guns coming out of their mouth.
yeah. It's just like,
Dear God. We had
They-
polar
they-
bears,
they're
we had
upgraded.
brown bears. Yeah. They're not
they're
just
preparing for
regular
us.
they're not just regular kind of bears or whatever. They got ballistics inside their mouths. They're the frickin' bears with the frickin' with the frickin' guns inside their frickin' mouths. And I don't know what to say.
Times are changing.
All these bears are just unbearable.
I'm tired of these I'm tired of wait. I can't remember the censored version.
Okay, basically, oh yeah, the censored version. Oh God, I don't know this.
I'm
tired of these mother flipping snakes
on this Monday to Friday plane.
I'm
Now
tired
strap
of these
in.
monkey fighting bears on this Monday to Friday plane. Yeah, I think it was something like that.
I'm gonna open up some bullet holes. Yeah.
What the fuck does Monday to Friday plane even mean? That movie
You know what it
sucked.
means? See, it means they had to find a way to censor it for TV shows, which is stupid to begin with.
God, that movie sucks.
It's like watching Pulp Fiction on edited television. You can't. Everything's just but in the
You know the thing about Snakes on a Plane is until I watched the review on that movie, I didn't know that movie had a plot. I thought it was just they start in a plane and then snakes happen to be in there and then they were just like fighting the snakes the whole
Yeah,
movie.
I
I didn't know it was like an actual concerted like terrorist attack or something.
Mhm.
I was like,
Bro.
what?
Bro, that is... He should have never done that movie.
I knew the plot of it because it was basically a tribute to old school B movies. Like basically, it was just a ridiculous plot with a ridiculous.
Oh, so it was on purpose.
It was on purpose. Like it's one of
Oh, I didn't
those.
realize
Like
that.
it's an intentionally bad movie. Like if you watch it again and kind of look at it as like a B movie, it has a different vibe to it. But It's okay. I definitely feel like they thought it was going to be a lot better than what they thought it was, but overall, Snakes on a Plane is all right. You know, it like I said, it pays tribute to all those old B movies. It's like I don't know, like the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes or some dumb fucking movies where it's just like
Italian Spider-Man.
I don't happen to know what that one is.
Oh, you guys ever seen Italian Spider-Man? I'll link it after.
I've seen different Spider-Mans from different countries, but I guess I'll see Italian Spider-Man too. But yeah, these goddamn bears. Not just bears, but dinosaurs too.
Yeah. Which
This world has no grasp of meaning.
I just don't. With the bear thing, that's one thing. Why create a security system with the skeletal dinosaur? What is even the purpose? I feel like that's not practical, and it just
Oh no.
it would
That's
just
a lot of money.
yeah. Like what happened to just the torrent guns or whatever? Like we ran out of those. No lasers. Like what the fuck are they doing with their budget?
Could you imagine just in that fucking meeting? Just all right. Security's getting tight. We need to think of some ideas. We went all out for the guns and the bears. Brilliant idea, Joe. That was fantastic. We need another idea because if those fail, we're fucked. So I know we like lasers. Oh, yes, Joe in the back.
24-hour security. We arm all our guards and make sure they're all on the clock, making sure things are on the up and up.
Sounds good on paper, but I think that's going to cost us. We're going to go a little over budget in the long run. I don't know. I mean, I like the idea. It's a good thought. Anything else? Yes, Billy. Why don't we make a dinosaur fucking patrol and just come on when it... And I know it's going to cost a lot of money, but I'm telling you, we move the bones to where it's animatronics and it just fights and it kills the invaders. You know what? Who is this man? It's me, Billy. Billy, I'm promoting you to CEO of this company. That's a great idea.
Head of security.
Fucking do this. Head of security. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do this. I'm sorry, Joe. Your idea, we're going to have to think about that next year. I like this guy's dinosaur building idea. It's
It just sounds like some shit a kid would think about. Like, wouldn't it be cool if the dinosaur had a fucking gun in his mouth? No! It sounds expensive. It sounds stupid. What?
yeah.
But
Why?
for those unexpecting, it'd be a surprise.
I guess.
I
Like,
sure as shit wouldn't expect it.
like, you could do like a robot mannequin thing or whatever. At least they'll fucking have arms or something. Dinosaur is just a dinosaur. I mean, it's big, but yeah. I mean, weird idea, but funny nonetheless.
Yeah, it's entertaining because Sakamoto tries to keep it because he wants to show it off to his daughter. But then he
Yeah.
realizes, well, I'm not going to be able to save this thing. This thing's going to fucking kill us. So then he destroys it.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, this isn't fun anymore.
You know, this is the chapter that made me go, or this is the episode that made me go, maybe I should start reading the manga, trying to catch up to that. Because I don't know why, but when I saw Sakamoto on that bike and his fat on his face, and he was just like, I was like, I don't know why, but like I want to see that in the manga. That's the reason why. It's because of his stupid face fat.
because of his face fat.
That's it. That I just want to see what that looks like in the manga. Like how do they do that? I want to know.
I'm sure Sasuke can find it and post it. But yeah,
Oh.
cool.
I can find it.
Oh, for sure. I'm gonna say cool fight scenes all together.
Yeah, this episode's a lot.
mine-
Like a lot of fun.
Mind mind you, this all started when Shin and Lu got in a fight because, when you work and do your job, you tend to argue with your coworkers. Uh, Lou was just like, "Stop reading my mind, you freak!" And that apparently was too much. Shin was just like, "Fine, I'll leave. I won't read your fucking minds because it's boring anyway."
I'm gonna go
He
cry.
leaves. I'm gonna go cry. I cry real hard. Then some people that look like the Shuko lollies.
Ah, EA! I'm so glad you got that. I was gonna bring it up.
Oh my god!
I was gonna ask you, what do you think they looked like?
They looked like the Shuko lollies if they were actually fully grown and weren't annoying.
Well,
And one of them had some sense. I don't think that's Shin, sir. What are you talking about? It's a completely different sex, completely different person. Doesn't look anything like Shin. It's of course Shin. Don't question my authority again.
I just love how animated and angry he got at somebody reasonably asking him, "Yo, I think this is the wrong person," and then his logic was, "They're wearing the name tag. Are you fucking stupid?" It's
You know,
like,
I never thought
okay.
of it that way. That this is why you're the boss. God.
Just like I didn't, a doubt never crossed his mind. He looked at the picture. He looked at the picture, looked at her, and went, "No, it's the same person. They just dyed her hair." Like what?
Dyed her hair and completely was a different person. Got a sex change, everything.
New voice.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
god.
That was funny. That was funny. But yes, see, they were the Shuko lollies. More like they weren't lollies. They were the Shuko
men.
normals. Shuko men. They were the Shuko men. Yeah.
I gotta say, I like how their little argument at the beginning eventually leads to them opening up to each other more. I always find that kind of dynamic interesting, where conflict you would think would push people apart, but often it pushes people together. Because if you think about it, all arguing is just a form of communication. It's no different than just talking. I mean,
For sure.
one's not fun, right? But
Right. And I don't know. I think when people argue, it's either deflecting or they're trying to avoid something. But usually when something hits a certain way in that argument, sometimes, in our differences, we kind of find something that we can relate to the other person. We're just like, oh,
empathy.
I guess he's not that different. Yeah, empathy.
You find out other people's boundaries through stuff like that. That may be. I mean, like literally, this is where the conflict came from because Lou said something that she didn't know that Shin was sensitive about, which was uh, him being kind of like insecure about being labeled as a freak because of his mind reading, which is something he can't control. So
Yeah.
I thought it was funny too, though, when Lou gets kidnapped and Shin, comes to his senses and goes back into the shop. He doesn't go, "Oh, I'm sorry, Lou." He goes, "All right, I'm ready for you to apologize, Lou." And then
Yeah.
he goes, "Oh shit."
Yeah. She did the same thing with Shin before the astronaut people came in. So it was like they were both ready, waiting. All right, you can apologize. Wait, what? What the fuck?
I feel
Yeah.
like Shin and Lou are the kind of dynamic where like almost like Denji and Power, like they would be the best man at each other's wedding. That kind of thing. Just total broy.
I mean, they have a sibling relationship, which makes sense because
For sure.
Sakamoto's like a father figure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be weird if Sakamoto was into Lou.
That would be
I mean, it'd be weird for multiple reasons, but maybe one of the worst ones would be just like his wife just being like, "Hmm."
Honey?
Good for you, Sakamoto. Good for you, Taro. That would
I'm
be
gonna
even
find the nearest
creepier.
building and jump off. Bye bye.
Oh man. Oh man. Speaking of, I like at the very beginning we got Hana. I thought for a moment it would be like a Hana focused episode.
Thank God.
What do you
Wait.
mean? It would be like
Wait, who's Hana?
Wait, who's
Hana
his
again?
daughter.
Oh. I thought we were talking about the loser that came in wanting some more pork buns after they got in a fight.
Oh, hey, Skay.
Yeah. I knew it started with an H. He is my mortal enemy.
I fucking hate pork buns because every time it's such
love
a
pork
good
buns.
it's such a good word. It's just
yum,
like
yum.
pork bun is like saying like, oh, nothing gets your
A pig's
mouth watering more than saying, hey, let's get some pizza or a hamburger or a fucking pork bun.
Hey, I'm up for that. You want to take me out to pork buns? I'll say it to the whatever. I'll be
like the
pork
word.
pork buns. Give me that motherfucking pork bun.
That word is just so like, it's like that word is what that thing is, right?
Can we discuss the weirdest moment in this episode?
All right, what you mean that isn't the machine gun shooting bears or the animatronic dinosaur?
The people
Yeah.
taking photos.
People taking photos.
Shin,
I mean, that's the work. Okay, go ahead.
Shin hops up on a truck and is still fighting the invisible guy. He's fighting the invisible guy and the other people.
Right.
And on his truck is some wooden boards. And then he just decides that he asked the guy, hey, can I borrow this? And he's like, sure.
Oh my!
And I'm like, wait,
Take
what?
as much as you want.
He was happy about it too. He was like, yes, hell yeah. Go ahead. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Don't you work for a company? You got to deliver this shit somewhere? Why are you so gleefully
It's his last day.
he was so happy. He was so happy that Shin was potentially killing people. And I know he said the thing of, you guys are shooting a movie, but that makes no fucking sense. What movie set is allowing some random civilian to supply them with wooden board? Those are real wooden boards that you're throwing. Those aren't props. The explosions aren't either.
Also,
not
where's the
CG.
camera that's filming all this shit?
It's like the Truman Show. They're a part of
Yeah,
the Truman
there's
Show.
right. There's always a camera that's filming this shit if it's for a movie, but no. Yeah, that guy immediately thought it was a movie for no fucking reason.
I'm so happy. Just like, yeah, go ahead, kill him. Fuck.
Yeah, kill that motherfucker. In fact, take that wooden board and smack it across his face. I love movies.
He was the taxi guy from Rush Hour. He
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
by the end of it, he was like happy to kill people.
That's the second week
yeah.
in a row we're talking about Rush Hour. I gotta watch them. I gotta do it. Gotta get
Rush Hour is amazing.
Gotta watch them all in one sitting too. And Shanghai Nights. Gotta watch that again as well.
It's good to watch this for the fighting.
Oh yeah, Jackie Chan in his prime.
Yeah.
For
I
sure.
sat there just watching a fight for like 10 minutes. I was like, God damn, this is great.
And it's cool too because he's doing all his own stunts.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I think that's
the cool part.
I think that's what makes it even better. I don't even think it's the fact that like Jackie Chan is doing like something real that no other martial artist can do. I think probably other martial artists can probably do what Jackie Chan does, but he does it with such fine execution in a live, dangerous environment.
Yeah, the man in his prime when he was young broke every fucking bone in his body for his films and for his art and his craft, and he just absolutely it shows in every one of his movies. But I mean, he's definitely older now and he can't do nearly half the shit he used to do, but like still that stuff in Rush Hour, just seeing the fact that the dude can flip and get into a pose and do all that shit. Oh, so cool.
It takes so much skill and tact to be able to do that and not hurt the other person. Because it's one thing just to be a martial artist and you're really powerful and you can overpower whoever you're fighting. But this is why I also like really, when I grew up to understand it, like respected wrestlers as athletes because it takes a lot to do all the stuff they're doing without actually harming the other person.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody can do those flips and take those bumps and everything, but to
Hey.
protect the other person, you're a great wrestler.
Listen, wrestlers deserve all the flowers
Absolutely.
in terms of just what they do. Maybe not as people, but just in terms of what they do.
Maybe not as people, but the
I'm
fact
sorry.
that they
Kane is a Undertaker, horrible people.
I mean,
that's a lot
okay,
of scumbags
have
in
you
the
seen-
WWE.
Have
Hogan.
you fucking seen that Undertaker interview where I think he's like sitting down with Trump or something like that, and he brings out his daughter, his like teenage, like she's got to be like 14 or 15.
Oh no. I think I heard about this, but go
And
ahead.
he's, like the Undertaker, he's like, I want you to see somebody. Come on in. His daughter comes in. She's wearing kind of like a short-ish kind of skirt, like, and then sits on his lap, and he puts his hand on her hip.
Wait, who's sitting on whose lap? I'm sorry.
Undertaker's daughter sitting on his Undertaker's lap.
Okay.
Undertaker takes his hand and puts it on her hip, like her hip.
Okay.
Like it.
Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
Like, and not in a way you should do that.
Right.
With
Like
someone that
this
close.
is my daughter. This is my daughter.
She's also a child.
Oh.
That's the
Yeah.
other issue.
Was she like a teenager?
Yeah, very young girl.
Oh. Even weirder.
And
But
and what's even worse is she's kind of like daddy's girl. So now I'm.
oh god.
I don't know.
Hopefully nothing comes out years later about that shit. Jesus Christ. But no, I definitely respect wrestlers. I'm talking not as people, but I'm talking about the ones that put maybe on the indie circuit that get in and
You
out.
just say the craft of it, you know.
The
Yeah, the
yeah, thank you. The craft of wrestling
Sasuke
is
so smart.
commendable.
Why is he so smart.
Stop saying that.
Maybe I just got to read more books or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the little anime girl blush.
And then just starts going. Oh, that made me
Stop
dizzy.
staring. You're gonna make me pregnant.
Oh, okay.
Sasuke, you're not really pregnant.
No. Nothing to do with that. I realized that made it sound weird that I said that like right after.
Oh, I'm late.
Oh shit! I'm late. My water just broke. Oh yeah. What I was gonna say was so we saw like the invisible guy Saber.
Oh yeah.
And we learned about
Real chill.
Shin's. Yeah, it's reasonable considering the other guy. He was the only one that was trying to talk some sense to him. Like, yeah, this isn't Shin. Get the fuck out! You don't know what you're talking about. Okay.
You motherfucker.
But yeah, considering Shin's upbringing, being in his lab, seeing an invisible person, I feel like we can guess that he was also a result of their experiments, and either that or it's like some tech that he has going on, to go invisible, because that was like very weird, and yeah, he dismantles Sakamoto. He washes Shin and dismantles Sakamoto's motorcycle and gets them out of there. And then we see a reindeer man.
I immediately thought of Shukunuku Nuku Nuku.
Knuckle-ton.
because I was like, again, maybe in this world, deers, people are a thing, but Chica, yeah. I was like, maybe they exist in this world. We got shooting fucking bears. Who am I to judge? Then he lifts up the mask and you see his face, and I'm like, oh, he's not really a deer. He's a person wearing a deer mask. Okay.
That's the thing about Sakamoto Days. It could genuinely just be a reindeer man, and it would fit in the show.
And I think that's what I was thinking when I was looking at it. But then his mouth wasn't moving, and I'm like, well, maybe he's talking telepathically. Maybe it's one of those things. Lifts up the mask. Shit, it's a regular person. Damn it.
Fuck.
To be fair, he did have stitches all over his face and hands and stuff like that. So I'm curious to know where how he got those scars and where they came from. But yeah, interesting. I'm sure that won't be the last we'll see of that guy. He's going to be thrown down. Because also, what do we get at the very end? The motherfucking order coming in. About to see what's at this lab. I mean, maybe they're on a date.
Well, I cannot wait to see the order fight. I'm telling you right now, yeah. There's not a boring member in the order. You know how you always have a weak link?
Yeah.
And you can argue that the order has a weak link. But none of them are
Ringo Starr.
Wait, who?
He's talking about the Beatles.
Oh, okay. You always have that weak link, somebody you're not excited to watch in a particular group or whatever it may be. But I feel all of the order, they fight so differently that all of them are excited to watch the fight.
Okay. That's cool.
So, Shishiba, Osaragi. If I had to guess who you guys would like, let's say, I feel like EA would probably like. I feel like EA will be a Takamura guy, and then C Tactics will either be a Osaragi guy or Takamura.
Pain.
I could see that for your guys'
All right.
future.
I'm looking forward to it to see what happens.
Is that it?
Pretty much. It was. I mean, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. It all happened really quick. I remember watching it. I was just like, oh, it's over already. Especially when they come to the lab. I'm like, no, how dare they end it that way?
Dude, I fucking love this show. It's
It's a great show.
It's like, it's a little underwhelming in a way. I don't know what's underwhelming about it, but like it doesn't affect my enjoyment at all. But it's just so good. It's so good every episode. I think it's the dialogue. I think the dialogue is just so quick.
Maybe.
I mean, it's a fun show.
I want to say I enjoy it. I think they're doing a good job with it. I think all those people at the beginning when they were complaining about the animation, they're probably eating their words now because I think it's been pretty consistent, to be honest.
It has been consistent all the way through, which is impressive. I think. It's not going up and down in quality. I mean, it's just literally just every episode
been the same.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's impressive.
There was another thing in this episode. Roblox Moto.
Roblox Moto.
Yeah, we remember when he came out the locker, he had a fucking square head.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, for a second, I was like, wait, is that actually what his face looks like? And I just didn't realize it.
No.
I thought the same thing too. I was like, wait, does Sakamoto always have a square head? And then I realized, I was like, oh, it's because he was stuck in a locker and it shaped his head.
Like, for a second, I convinced myself of it. I was like, yeah, I think so.
I had to remember. I was trying to think like, how did his head look
Only
before
saw him
this?
3 minutes
I
before.
I knew I knew immediately that wasn't his head. The only reason I say that is because prior to that, they were trying to like hide him and like they literally had to shove Sakamoto in a locker, like it was bulging out and everything when they were trying to shut it. And then every once in a while, periodically, you would see Shin looking comfortable, cool, calm, and just listening to the conversation. And then Sakamoto is just, I can't fucking move. He's all smooshed and like at an angle. Like, it's like, how the fuck did he get like that? And but yeah, then when he came out, he was all square. I died. I absolutely died laughing. I'm like, that is hilarious.
They did it.
Yeah, he punched old what's his face dead in the face too.
Yeah, slow motion, dude.
Oh, I love the slow mo in this show. It's so great.
It is. It's so good. I don't know what it is about the slow. They do it right. There's so much weight behind their slow motion. They nailed that.
Yeah, like they like some when they try it, you're just like not so convincing. There's impact behind those punches, and then when that slow mo hits and he just goes zoom right into the face, and he just boom goes flying the other way. Yeah, it's great.
Anytime anything slows down in this anime, I'm always for it. It's always good.
Same.
But is that it for Sakamoto Days?
I think so.
I think that is it. I cannot wait till next Saturday.
Same. Well, let's go ahead and let's get into some viewer question.
Viewer questions.
First question: what's your favorite kinds of plungers? I don't think these are things that are my favorite. I don't think you can favorite a plunger.
You know what I like for a plunger?
Oh.
I like the ones that instead of the traditional like black ones where it's just, the regular suction, I like the ones that kind of like have a shape to it to where all you have to do is just give it one good jimmy or one good plunge and then it gets unclogged. Like to me those are the best.
Yeah.
I like those kinds of plungers. Mhm.
Yeah. I agree.
There's my answer.
Yeah, I think I agree with EA on that. I like plungers that I don't know what material it'll be made out of, but the ones that are like the traditional color, I guess. Like anytime I get one that's like black or whatever, it just doesn't. I don't know why it's not the same, and it doesn't function the same. So like
right, I feel like
work.
Yeah, I feel like the traditional black ones where you're just like going at it for hours. You're like, oh, this thing's never gonna be fucking fixed. But if you have one, like I said, the ones that have like it's like a special like sphere and just like an angle, and you just once, and then it drains. I'm like, oh, this is why I bought this all those years ago.
What is this? What is this about? Why are you guys so interested in plungers? You guys are doing this for the meme.
Have you ever had a good plunger though?
Right. Have you never had a good plunger?
It's just a fucking plunger. They're all plunging.
But they come in handy.
No, they're bad plungers.
Absolutely,
they're plungers where you do it once and then you had to like readjust it and mess with it and then it doesn't even work and you're like,
is this a meme? Am I being punked right now?
No. This is real life. You just never had to use a plunger.
I guess not.
Your life's not getting clogged up. Huh?
I think we understand where all this plunger hate.
I had to use a plunger to fix my bathtub. It was like the drain was clogged, and I used the plunger and it got it right out.
That's what I had to do with my my sink. I think I was dumb one night, and let's just say I poured coffee.
Read the chat.
Poop. Does C have loose poop? No? I eat plenty of vegetables and fiber.
For those wondering, that's my girlfriend in the chat.
I was wondering. I was like, who said this? I was like, is there a new person just to fuck with C specifically?
No, that's my girlfriend.
Oh,
Dude.
hello.
Dude, EA knows. You know she, right? EA.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she exists just to torment me. That's all she does in my server is just bully me the entire time.
And just talk about
Digimon.
yeah, Digimon and plungers.
Next question. Would Mr. Satan be the strongest human if he was on Earth? He is on Earth. What? The
Wait, was that on a soundboard, or did you just make that sound?
No, that was C.
what?
okay.
Oh
That makes
my
sense.
C,
God.
come on, get that plunger.
Makes sense. Would Mr. Satan be the strongest human if he was like in our real world?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I would.
Unless Krillin was a real person, then Krillin would be stronger than Mr. Satan.
Well, then if we're gonna go by that logic, if Piccolo was real, then he'd be a pickle.
But he's not a human. I'm going off of human.
Yeah, but he's now a pickle. He's a. You know, speaking of the Undertaker, you know he's afraid of pickles.
what?
He's legit like he has a phobia
No.
of pickles.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. That wasn't even a real like segue. Because you said, speaking of the Undertaker, you were talking about it. What the fuck? That wasn't a transition. It was just like a
Totally
like a family.
is. What do you
That was a
mean?
Family Guy cutaway.
Yeah.
You think that's bad? Remember the time Piccolo used to hate pickles? So did the Undertaker.
It's literally a Family Guy show. The part and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. But to answer the question, Mr. Satan did crush a rock with his bare hands to prove how strong he was. If someone could do that in our real world, I would say he would be pretty strong. So
Yeah, I mean, he won the world tournament for a reason, and the world tournament has a lot of freaks in it. Like before Goku and friends took over, before it was like Goku here, fucking Tien here. Like you got to think he was fighting some real fighters before, and he still was a champion.
Yeah. So yeah, I think to answer your question, yes, he would be the strongest.
Yeah, he's only a fraud in the sense of all the other powerhouses in the series.
For sure.
I'm gonna say my best estimation is that. Wait, no, he does exist. In real life. Yeah, he does. Chuck Norris.
I feel like memes kind of made him more strong than what he was. To be honest, not to say he's a pushover, because in his prime he was pretty strong, but I don't know. I think definitely memes made him more strong than what he is.
It's his ego. He clearly has a massive ego. So, I don't think the memes helped, to be honest.
Oh, for sure. Chuck Norris is so strong he has a beard under his beard.
Those are literally the memes. I remember them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's old meme, too. Last question. Which of these two cars would KOA have as their company car? A Hummer H2 or a Tesla? Hell no! Tesla Cybertruck? The fuck?
We're gonna lose a lot of gas with the Hummer H2, or a Tesla Cybertruck, which is a piece of shit.
We're gonna blow up like we're at the end of like some mafia movie or some shit. We're turning.
You're gonna make an offer you can't refuse.
And you know when those things explode, you can't get them open.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I want to be anywhere near a Cybertruck.
No,
I'll at least take a Hummer, even though it's a gas
the
guzzler.
the
Have
preferred
y'all seen those
car
in real
of
life?
The Hummers?
No, the Tesla
yeah,
Cybertruck.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. I've
Okay.
seen for some reason there's plenty of them in Arizona.
There's a person right next to me that has one,
Oh my
wow.
god! So you wake up every morning, you see it, and you're
And
like,
and
I hope it blows up.
and actually they do blow up. That is their usual purpose, both unintentionally and intentionally.
Think explosion car things for Call of Duty. Just life
Or
size.
it really is. Like it is the preferred car of terrorists. It's the preferred vehicle of people with exploding ego.
Speaking of exploding,
Yeah,
I
I'll
think
take the
we
I'll
go
take the
H2.
Hummer. I'll take the Hummer.
Is it?
yeah, I'll take a Hummer.
Which one was the H2? Was that the Civi version? Just the random city?
I mean,
Well,
at
I
least
feel
it
like
looks cool.
Yeah, I feel like the Hummer H2 was like in the mid to late 2000s, and like everybody always talks shit about it because it was like a gas guzzler, and like people bought it because they only had like if they had a lot of money they could buy it, and people would make jokes like I get 1,000 feet per gallon or per tank or something
Yeah.
stupid like that, and they would go it's like, yeah, I just wasted a gallon. I'll keep saying a gallon. I wasted a tank, y'all. It's so stupid.
Yeah, it feels like one of those cars that you just buy for the aesthetic
Yeah,
or like a
absolutely.
status type thing. I'll admit it does look cool, but
Oh yeah, look.
my brother has a Hummer.
Oh really?
Yeah,
The H3?
I don't know which Hummer it is because I never seen it myself.
Oh
But
okay.
he told me about it, and yeah, I don't know which one it is.
The
but-
popular Hummers were always the yellow ones. I don't know
Yep.
why.
Yep.
Why happy yellow?
That black and yellow just go together well, I guess.
Mm.
Well, um, EA,
Oh yes, sir.
where can they find ya?
Well, you can find me over at my channel, everythinganimated.com/. You'll see have loose poops. No, I'm kidding. But you can find me there, doing my thing. I dropped in the chat our Patreon. We have a backlog of things that we have, so check out our Patreon if you must. We have a Blue Sky for whenever we go live, because sometimes we don't do these things on Monday. Sometimes we do it on other days. Sometimes we get delayed. These things happen. But we are, as I mentioned before, 25 subscribers away from 600. So please, if you're new, give us a subscribe and a like. It helps with the video and whatnot. So yeah, you can find me all on all those channels, and whenever I get around to it, we'll definitely have a supercut of a new anime to put on this channel. Well, not new, because we already talked about it, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, something we had already talked about, you can watch the supercut before we talk about the new season, is what I'm trying to get at. So, yep, that's where you can find us.
Satsuki.
That's me. You can find me on my main channel, Sasuke the Savage, as well as my Twitch, Sasuke Does Savage with a DA, not a THE. I will be making my move this Friday, so I don't expect me to be streaming this weekend unless things just go super well and I have my setup and everything put together that day, which I'm probably not going to work Friday anyway, so who knows? I might get everything together. But as for the YouTube stuff, I plan to make. I think my next video is going to be the video I wanted to do concerning Ubel. I really want to make a video on her and just talking about why I think she's might be a big antagonist in the future, and some of the evidence I have for that, and blah blah blah. I'm gonna be glazing new bell. Be there whenever I drop it. And some other ideas that I have for videos, but I'll keep that in the tuck for now. So, yeah, that is it for me.
As for myself, no loose poops. Got the good fiber. Love me some broccoli. I eat vegetables a lot. I eat a lot of vegetables. I actually like vegetables. I mean, that's about it. That's about all I wanted to say, to be honest. Nothing more than that. No, I'm just kidding. Today I put out a video on AOT. It was sort of like a, I guess kind of like a practice video, a thing that I did for fun and just decided to put out, and it's highly edited, so definitely go check it out. It is not a normal Sea Tactics video. It is hopefully the start of a little new era of something. I don't fucking know. Also today, new Dandadan chapter came out, so we covered that. Chapter 183. Not getting a lot of views, so I think people, after the 1 month break Dandadan took, didn't realize it already came back this week. And as well, tomorrow I think there's a new Chainsaw Man chapter, so we'll be talking about that. And that is pretty much it for the rest of the week. I may do some streams. But don't count on it. Thanks everyone for coming out. See you all next week.
Jenny.
Later.